Alright, we're good. How's everyone doing? Hello, Deviant, Control, Fiber, Jazz, Future, and last but certainly, definitely least, Sophie. How are y'all all doing? Good morning. Thank you for joining me so early. Sorry for the wait. Did dishes. Also went to brush my teeth because I had tuna this morning, and tuna is not something that you want on your breath for that long. Also, what's up, Joel? Because you might be kissing Joel later in the day, and you don't want all that tuna breath going on because there's a lot of mercury in your breath, and you don't want to get them all like sick and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good like that. Hope everyone's having a good Friday morning. I had a good run this morning, so my energy is like right on point. My legs are sore as hell from squats earlier. Oh, and Fiber. I don't know if I missed you or not. How you doing, Professor Fiber? How is everyone doing? We will be returning to Dark Souls this morning. I hope you enjoyed the music picks. On my way home from the run this morning, Rakim's microphone theme was on my, I listened to the radio a little bit, and then I hit the iPod in my car, which is different than the iPod I have running with me. So I took that, and I heard Rakim's microphone theme, so I looked for that instrumental, and then after that I found like 10 other instrumentals, and I was just like, I feel like listening to hip-hop instrumentals today. And then I jumped in, or I had Closer at the top of the playlist already, so I just put everything behind that. Thought it was a good look. You know, sometimes I look at that slideshow, and I think there's a thing, like, you know how people buy t-shirts and stuff, like that little nerdy things on them? I can't afford all those t-shirts, and I never wear them anyways. I think by saving the pictures, it's almost like me saving the memories, and it's like a sentimentality kind of deal. So, like, listening to Closer, or like some of the Nas beats or something like that while we're watching the slideshow, I'm just like, I feel this. Like, I feel the gaming, the nerd stuff, and hopefully that's the same kind of experience that we kind of create on Twitch when we do this and get together. It's just a little bit of a nerddom experience. I hope you're alright with that, and I am. So, we're going to be returning to Dark Souls with the new controller, that beautiful, beautiful Realtree camo with the blaze orange accents. The whole cable is blaze orange. I don't know what made them do that. I'm sure it was pretty cheap as far as safety cable goes, though. But it's funny because if you try to get a regular edition, this is like $100 and something. You get this edition, this is like $20. What's up, Lynx, man? And not only is it the same controller, but unlike the regular edition, it actually has like this really nice rubber back that my original controller didn't have. And I'm like, that's pretty amazing. It's pretty good. Jazz, if you didn't know, most animals that are hunted, at least in the North American sector, they cannot perceive this color in their field of vision. It doesn't register on their spectrum, yet it registers very bright on our spectrum. That's why we chose it as a safety color. The camo, though, that's just Gucci. I'm sure they can see that. That's just for the Gucci stuff. This is when you stream snipe people to make sure that you have your camouflage right. Anyways, the smaller controller is actually pretty cool, and I actually have tactile buttons now, so I'm going to see how that changes Dark Souls play. The first hour of this is probably going to be me running around areas that we've already been to while I just think about other things and just try to get used to the game again. And then we'll get back into actual gaming. So, let's begin. Yeah. Let me test this. Death counter is not working? Maybe I just forgot the button. 1 second. Hey, Lucana, how are you doing? How are you doing, Lynx? And oh no, I saw your request come through, so I figure you're out there as well. Hope you're well. Oh no. Not what I want. Come on. Alright, death counter's functional. There we go. We just had to get off OBS. I don't know what Deviant told me to stop playing with, but no. Never. I think Hunters use the same color here, but you wouldn't know much about that, only from TV.
Debris blocking our path here,
honestly,
boss.
That's how it is for a lot of US people.
Through. And I'm not just saying that because I love to blow stuff up. Yes, you are.
And thank you, Ono, for your host. Honestly, Jazz, while it is a large number, like, you know, somewhere in the millions, it is a very small percentage of people who say they hunt that actually hunt in the US, but a lot more people know about it than actually do it. But that's like the real thing with everybody else, right? Just like we yell out PC Master Race, but some of that is like $5,000 towers, and some of that is like $300 Toshiba Apple Sheepas. Sorry. And thank you for the host, Nano. I hope you have a good day at work. Only gonna be around for a few minutes, but you've missed me. Oh, I'm glad you stopped by, Linksman. I know you had to get your sleep because you work those late shifts because you're the only one at the gas station when I pop in and feed my cigarette habit. Actually, I haven't had a cigarette in like 5 days or so. And before that, it was like one a day. And one a day was what I was trying to get down to. Maybe then back to one a week. So whenever this thing runs out on me. And thank you, Sophie, for your host as well. What are you up to, by the way? You should be kind of tired, right? You just got off your job as a night manager. I know you're not the manager. I just like saying the night manager because you ain't watched the show yet, and I need you to jump on that. I can't play demanding games anymore. Something in my computer's on the fritz, so it just crashes. Control. Is this part of your Linux master system, or is this part of your slimy, casual Windows machine? Speaking of Corvette-class computers, I found a sexy new case. Oh, really? Please share so. You know that the Discord's always open to that. I like to say what people are building. That's alright, Lucan. I know people have busy things to do all day. This is the Windows machine. Perhaps it's an OS issue. Only thing I don't like about hunting is having to haul a carcass a mile back through the woods. Beckstorm, I know your pain. That's why I'm like myself. I'm not really a big hunter, more of a shooter, but when I do hunt, mostly I'm a small game dude. I just throw the squirrel bodies in my backpack, field dress them, throw the guts out into the woods for the coyotes to have, and then take home the meat. I remember hunting in this one area where I was going for hogs, and I had an AR with me, and I kept thinking to myself, like, I didn't get any hogs in. Like, I saw some, but I kept, like, not shooting them because I kept thinking, I'm like, yo, I just walked, like, 2 miles in here from my car, and it was, like, uphill and then downhill. I'm like, I killed one of these 300-pound hogs. What am I gonna do with it? Like, nothing. I'm just gonna leave it there. So I just kind of enjoyed nature. But I got you, Beckstorm. I know the feeling. You're still at work? Another 45 minutes? Jeez. Control, perhaps it's an OS issue, or maybe a fan and a heating thing. Do you have hardware monitors on your systems? If you don't, open hardware monitors, a good way to just check temps and speeds real quick if you know how to read your power outputs. And then maybe you can start diagnosing what's wrong with your computer. I hope so. And hello, Lord Zakbora. Good to see you again. How are you doing, my man? And how did the rest of that show go? I wasn't able to stick around because I had a lot of work to do, and then I had my run I had to get on with this morning. Plus, I was playing Siege with some friends last night, so I got you. Temps are fun? Huh. Well, if it's crashing, it's either OS or hardware, my man. Poultry friends come in handy. Camouflage all-terrain Toyota Hilux that refuses to get stuck. There's that too, Jazz, but there's also lands that you cannot bring a vehicle in because, you know, they're WMAs or wildlife management areas. These are areas that are specifically for hunting. And oh wow, I just hit the start button and I'm just already like, I forgot how nice it is to have a Mini Pro X controller in your hands. Ugh. Ugh. Feels good. Feels good, Beck. Feels good, Lucana. Ugh. Your own carcass through the woods. You're 100% target shooter. I'm one of those guys, like, I have no problem with hunting. I understand it, but I also accept society as it is today, and I realize that I don't need to kill everything I eat. I like having the skill, but I honestly just don't like, I don't know. I've had enough killing going on in my life that I don't just like killing animals. I don't have any problem with it. In my mind, they're just animals. I just don't personally like to do it all the time. Sometimes I get a taste for it. I go after, like, rabbits and squirrels and stuff like that. Old computer, barely enjoying enough games to care. Just if I get a new one, you'll just suffer. You could open it up. It is getting wintry. You might be able to find... Oh my gosh, the buttons are so nice. Yes, I play with it wrapped around my arm. You haven't been here long, Sophie, so you haven't noticed that I do that. Some people say I do it because I'm contortioning. Other people say I do it to keep it away from my keyboard so I don't get those random dodges. I really don't know why I do it. I just like it. Maybe it's because I don't have anyone in my life to hold me, so I let the games hold me tight. How much we got left in this game? 3 sevens? If it wasn't my first playthrough, I'd be able to tell you. I really don't know. And to discourage anyone from answering that for me. Beckstorm, have we met before, by the way? Because I don't recognize your name, and if that's all me, then that's all me, and I'm sorry. You would hold me? I know you would, Lynx, man. I really don't need more scars from your beard, though. Hey, Onion Bro, forgot you're here. 3 sevens would hold me. I don't think a marine chokehold counts as compassionate holding. Maybe you're into being bound. Definitely not. I know I'm not into that. And you might be like, how do you know if you never tried? Trust me. I know I'm not into that. That reminds me of this dude. We'll just call him G. One of the guys in the military I worked with for a while. He was a really big dude, but very flexible, very fast. decent shooter. He was better up on like personal discipline and hygiene and working out and hand-to-hand skills than his shooting. What did he do? Oh, we were at a bar and like some dude walked up on him trying to hit on him because he's a really fit dude, handsome looking dude. It's funny because he married a girl that looks just like him, like just as tall as him, just as buff as him. It's kind of weird. So this dude walked up. This was way before that he got married. This dude walks up on him trying to hit on him. We're in the bar, and like I kind of overheard what he said, and I'm pretty sure I didn't hear the first part of the conversation, but I heard the later part, and I'm pretty sure he was like, well, like the later part of it is like, well, how do you know you're not into dudes if you haven't tried? And he just looked at the guy, smiled, and he's like, trust me, I know I'm not into dudes. I was like, what is he implying right there? And I never asked. I was just like, whatever. That's your life, Grace. You saw a gold yesterday? A gold what? Loaded Zach Butter. Also, Beckstorm, freezer thing. Totally get that too, about having your freezer all messed up. And yes, I do believe it's better to have the skill, not need it, than to need and not have it. I celebrate that we have brought our society into such a place where we can pretty much control our food scores and stuff like that. But I also think there's a lot of people out there who think of, 100 years in the future, if everything breaks down, like, oh, I'll just hunt. And then they're like, yo, how much hunting do you do? And how successful are you with hunting? And how many other people out there are going to be hunting same stuff as you? Like, it's not going to be freaking Will Smith version of whatever that movie is. I can't remember the name of that movie right now. Don't anyone say it. A Gold Kappa. Gotcha. Same way people know they wouldn't be in. It's just a gut feeling. No, I think he meant that he tried it. Knowing this guy, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, Jess. I don't know. I'm just going over items because I don't remember anything we have. It's been like, what, a week since I played? Maybe even more. Also, you guys using those kappas, make sure you're washing your hands. And Germ-X and antibacterial does not count. I want to see some hot soap and water. Kindling, kill your dog. Use that, use that, use that, use that, use that. Useless. Alright. This is my, like, birthright. Control, are you trying to lure me into a false sense of security about bedroom activities? Grant magic weapon. This stuff is cool. Because I saw somebody else use this and I was like, whoa, but I don't have slots, like, ever. Excuse me. Augmentation, right weapon, vanilla only magic swordsman, special orders. I kind of want to try this, and I only need 3. No, this only takes 1 slot. And I have 1 slot. Right? So I can try that out. Hush. That's the same as the ring that I'm using, only I don't have to switch out my rings. Slickon. Really, Jazz? That's not the excuse you told me before. In fact, last time you didn't give me an excuse. Last time you gave me a... It was more of a very strong maybe. Pyromancy 4 into the Great Swamp. Great Surge of Flame for the palm of the hand. Not all Pyromancy. Wait a minute. 1 slot, 80 uses? How strong is this? I need to test some of this stuff out. 2 uses. Power within. 1 use. Control. Shut your mouth. Also, Mean Mug Doug, how are you doing? And did you get yourself a copy of Mario Odyssey yet? I hope you're doing well. Goes through those 80 charges quick. Is it one of those like continuous ones? And it's not like 1-to-1? I'm also imagining it's a short range, kind of like the poison dudes. Like, I'm imagining this is what those poison zombie dudes were using on me. But only one way to find out. Anyways, we'll look at that in a second. The Silver Knight Sword, y'all. It's like calling my name. I'm pretty sure if I hadn't gotten lucky with the Black Knight Sword, Silver Knight Sword would have been my baby. No Odyssey for you. Need to finish up saving for a Switch. I feel that. I feel that. I haven't even played Breath of the Wild. I have no problem watching people play it because I'm pretty sure I'll forget everything by the time I get to it. Low level meta 3 for a while. Well, if it's low level, it's just right for me, Beckstorm. Oh, so I was saying with the freezer, our freezer died like twice this year, so we went from full to like a couple of burgers and some Hungry Mets in the freezer. And I'm resisting buying stuff on sale right now until I know it's like good for good, and then I'll go back and buy stuff. Otherwise, everything is in the kitchen freezer upstairs. Pre-ordered Odyssey, but canceled it? Really? Por qué? 37s. Just waiting to play it on the used market? I mean, honestly, with the way I play games, everything I play is 2 or 3 years after. There's a rook outside my window. Oh no. By the way, does anyone have FFC or BTTV here? When you put up that look out your window emote, what do you see? Because all I see is a porthole, and I don't really understand why it's supposed to be scary. I feel that, Beckstone. What kind of dehydrator do you use? Still got best stock, my baby, but I feel like I shouldn't. Like, I feel like I should just go back and make Silver Knight Sword Holy. It's got a little, it doesn't have as much reach as that stock though, and I'm only using it to kill things that won't die naturally. Lightning Spear is real nice. Guys, the other night, I like broke a window, I saw a face. I blasted the thing with like half a mag. I saw no face, I figured, oh, I saw my own face in the reflection of like broken pieces of glass. So I just crawled up there like on my rappel rope, and then suddenly I just got shot from the bottom, and I realized like whatever face I saw, they ducked right as I emptied out, and then they ducked back up and shot me off the rope, and I was like, wow. Like if I had realized what was going on at the time, I would have gave them props for it, but I didn't understand it until way later. I was like, oh, that's what happened. Local butcher, that's what I need whenever I get reestablished. By the way, for those that haven't been around, I will be moving within a month or 2. So if everything goes to hell, just know that I'm still around. Just focusing on other things at the time. Wait a minute. What rings am I wearing if I'm not wearing Wolfie? Oval and Abyss. Oh, right. At Abysson. I was fighting with 4 kings. Those days are over right now. Check the weight, way under 50% on here. If we go to our lightweight, excuse me, go to our lightweight, then we hit less than 25%, so we should be on the fast roll. Only thing is, we look really ugly like this. Oh my gosh, if you never handled a Pro Mini X controller, like a Mini Pro X controller, seriously, try it out. It's life-changing. Just the buttons are so much more responsive and amazing. Another end of year hiatus. Not quite like last time, but yes, similar. He dropped 300 on the Switch, 85 on Destiny 2 in 2 days. I just couldn't bring myself to spend another 50 bucks. I feel that. I feel that. Besides, if next year it's what, like 10 bucks? Do whatever. I mean, Battleborn was what, like 50 on release? It's like 4 right now. Not to say every game is Battleborn-licious, but things happen, right? Kinda sucks to put a bunch of money down on something, and then a few months later you're looking at the price and you're like, what the hell am I doing? Alright, so we don't need that right now. I do want to get rid of this extra stuff, so I'm holding like 1 extra helm. We're just gonna screw around for a little bit while I gather my thoughts about what it is that I actually want to do. I needed time away from this game to kind of relax. I wasn't getting very relaxing feedback from it. Lunch money indeed, my friend. What's everyone planning to have for lunch today? And if you ate breakfast, you should. What did you have for breakfast? I had some garlic toast, some albacore tuna, dried out, a little bit of cantaloupe, and some romaine lettuce, and a small amount of milk. Small amount. Can't deal with milk in big amounts. A proper prosthetic beard? Why do you need a prosthetic beard? Why do I have the Crush Shield again? Oh, right. That's I come up against a ton of magic users. Shield. But I really doubt it's going to get any use, but I like the idea of keeping it around. It's not like hurting me or anything. What was the only thing I had? It was that helmet, right? That's the only thing that really needs to go away. I feel there's a story in there somewhere. That's what I'm thinking, man. Cinnamon, peanut butter toast, grapes, and watermelon for breakfast. That's how you stay in fighting shape, Jazzy. Jazz, when am I gonna be able to see you in fighting shape? Like, it doesn't have to be cheesecake. I just want to see you, like, ringside in gear. The way that I'm very proud of you. I actually looked at this painting stuff for a while because it has like very high magic resistance. It's very lightweight, but it really has like no defense at all, and as light as it is, it's not push me into a lighter category than I can get with the other setup, which has a lot more poison and fire resistance. It's not gonna give me what I want, Jazz, and you know it. Also, if you get a Mini Pro X, you get an actual D-pad on your controller, which is the niceness. Where's that damn helmet? And that damn fourth Chaos Emerald. Okay. Let's check the magic. We'll play around a little bit with it. I don't need the healsies all the time, please. Emit Force, only need one slot. Fire Surge. I never did try Emit Force. And then there's the Great Magic Weapon, which I don't have enough intelligence to use? That's messed up. Now I gotta go grind levels for intelligence. Get some sleep, Linksman. You know you have a proper shift coming on. I'll be by to get my cigarettes later. 3.7s, the real version of this cost about... They used to be $25 in Walmart, because Walmart had almost an exclusivity with them. You can hit !new if you want to see it close up in a picture, not in this crappy little camera view. This one costs about $20 because it's in the weird camo format, which is why we did that whole voting thing. I was either going to get in a camo format, the pink camo, or like one of the Skylanders editions, because those are still the original price, if not less. This is like $20. The originals are like $100 now, even though they were $25 when they used to make them. I don't know if they still make them, but they're hard to find. Also, this camo version has like this nice little rubberized... It's not rubber, it's like that soft antibacterial stuff. That's the same stuff on my G600 mouse. And it's so light. It's just so smooth, yet so grippy. And I'm like, yo, this costs $20 and it's better than any, like, controller that Microsoft put out. It's like, why is everybody not using these? I should buy a second one just to hold it in reserve. Alright. There's nobody over here, right? So... Wait, that's not my magic. We don't need a ghost sword right now, at the moment. Alright, what'd it look like? Iron Fist S time-lapse just for looks? I'd like to see that. Recording some of your spars for later review? I'd like to see those, if only as an excuse to look at you. You just don't want to grow a beard out. I got you. Coffee and a roll? Not bad. What kind of roll? Now I gotta remember these controls. Oh, it's just a quick little... Hiya. Hiya. Actual punch. It's not even like... aggressive, it's just like... Okay. Alright, let's go try it out somewhere. No, what are you doing? No, girl. Alright, this is why we're messing around. Because I've forgotten all of the controls. Jazz, get out. AJ was here right now. By the way, we're gonna have AJ Appreciation Day at one point. We just have to wait for AJ to not be busy and to declare a day, which means we're never gonna have that day. The AJ does come by and he does give away games every once in a while, so let's keep that in mind. Still fat rolling? Hell no, we're on medium. I know that's fat roll to you, but for regular people, medium roll is good. Wow, that doesn't do a lot at all. I should increase. What is this scale with? Hello. I gotta say, I love the effect that people get when they're on fire. It looks cool. When they die with it, it's beautiful. This is what I get for not having spent the whole game with this. No, what are you doing? So this scales with intelligence and strength. Which is probably the only reason I'm doing anything with it right now. Does the Pyromancy Flame, is that the only thing that scales, or does the spell itself have a scale to it? Hold the trigger. Oh, so it can be a concept. Ah, flamethrower. Flamethrower! That's why I didn't do a lot. Okay, now I gotta retry this. Now I see why it goes so fast. Isn't there another spell that like restores your stuff? Oh, there's that ring that makes you have like use half the magic, but you have like half health or you take double damage or something like that. Control. Jeez. Brutal. Oh, okay. A little bit more constant. Not sure how I feel about it. I think we should go mess around with it a little bit more. Let's go on an adventure! What's everyone's plans for the weekend? And did everyone see Blade Runner 2049? Because if you haven't, you need to get out of here and go watch it. Can I still kick with this? No, cannot. Input, right? I do have to mess around with the inputs to make sure I'm doing it right on this controller. Since everything's going to be a little bit hastier, but I have nicer button presses. Cleanse it MIB style. The only thing is just them spotters. They just keep going with them spotters. Scales on my Pyromancy Flame, so I could upgrade it one more. I just don't remember what it cost me, but we'll go and look at a fire after we go on an adventure and we'll go see. 3 sevens, you know what you have to do. Alright, so for anyone that's unaware, we're on Four Kings right now. I'm not going to the Four Kings. I'm probably going to mess around in the Catacombs. After I feel like it, when I'm ready. I need a bigger target to see like what this can do when you unleash it. The only thing is, if I use it on Four Kings, I'll probably burn it on the first one, and then like, that'll be it. I know they're weak to magic, or at least I'm assuming they're weak to magic. We'll find out the hard way. Oh, no, 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 no. Alright. Best dodge. Best dodge is a jump attack.
Thank you for all your support.
And thank you, Unemployed Crusader, for following. I've seen your name before. At least I saw a different unemployed person. If you are two different people. Enjoy your lyric. But remember, if you need help with a resume or something, I can help you. I literally have one more week on my credentials where I can say, hey, I know what's going on in the hiring world. Reset the RAM in your Windows machine. Maybe that'll work. Possibly. I've never seen a RAM crash before, and if I have, it usually comes with a code to tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it ain't. Dudes trying to lead a city, but they can't stuck on Crenshaw and Rosecrans. Sorry, that's a verse from Hollywood by Game and Scarface. And I can't. We talked about when we were playing Hearthstone. Like, I can't leave it alone. Alright, this is wrapped too tightly. Like, I'm starting to like it too much, and it's distracting me. I mean, what them hands can do. First, Sophie. Oh no! Mutual damage. Hanzo damage. Hanzo, leave me alone. Still just casually throwing shields away. Even if the reset thing doesn't help, at least it's a cheat fix. Right, and you don't lose anything from doing that. Well, I don't think he's having BIOS diagnosis. I think he's having random crashes. It is an easy thing to check and just see, like, hey, is this doing it? Is this not? Let's go somewhere where we can really test out this fire. I think he's just saying that he used a RAM test to see what's causing the crashes. It could just be Windows. Windows does like to crash sometimes. Because Windows are made of glass, and glass is very fragile. And so it just happens. Miracle skill with faith. The magic stat on talismans. Sorceries are the same. Catalyst pyromancy scale directly from the level of your pyromancy flame. So I can only pump it up one more and then maybe scale my strength. And maybe some intelligence. Maybe. Let's look at what else we got. Hi, Two Scoop. I finished, I don't know, Sifted, SNO. Those two are dead. What was that one guy? Unending Discharge? Relentless Discharge? Diarrhea Discharge? He dead. His little sister? She dead. 4 Kings? Not dead yet. Otherwise, don't tell me a thing. But how are you doing, Two Scoop? Fresh out the gutter. 2 scoops of butter. Doing gay porn with Cheating Brothers. Sorry, that's a parody of Lloyd Banks from back in the day. Bill Gates, please stop crashing our PCs. He's got to crash them so Geek Squad can make that geek money. And thank you, Red the Gifted, for following. Enjoy your look. I can't even use this, can I? I'm not smart enough to use it. Never did try out Onion Bros power. Could try that. Great Fireball. I found out that this doesn't do what I thought. You're not a cleric, are you? That I am not. I'm just messing around, really. My lightning spears are my blessing for being a Sombra. You just had to play Dr. Mario on your laptop. Well, good luck to that. Doing good. I finished DS1 a few years ago, getting ready to revisit the game. Cool. I believe you're a little late to the party, but you still are within Return to Lordran, which is where all the, I guess all the experienced players come back to this game. That's how it was explained to me by someone more experienced. What other games are you into? What'd you have for breakfast this morning? We've been talking about food for like the past 20 minutes. And by food, I mean Jasmine's Fist of Fury. Sofa, can you like hit on Jazz and turn her into a man lover? I just want to try it out, that's all. Also, I have no idea how to use this. What am I doing? Hold on a second. Hey, everyone back it up. Everyone back it up right now. It's still dark outside. Nevik, I noticed when I was coming in from my run, it was like 7:20 when I got home. And it was still like pitch black. And you know what? When we do that daylight savings time, it's gonna be even darker, I think. I don't even know. That being said, I like winter. I like the cold weather more than I like the hot weather. I like the darkness more than I like the light. I'm gonna turn to that. How are you doing, Nevik? BCL was talking about getting some nerve blockers, and it made me think of you and made me wonder if your pain was under control or not. Coffee for breakfast? I know that, man. Especially Bloodborne. Ugh, PlayStation player. Ugh. I'm kidding. If you get to know me, you'll know that that's just a joke. It's a joke. Cemented in fact. But just a joke. I don't hate PlayStation players. I just think we have some, like, Rosa Parks moments. Actually, that makes no sense. I redact that. There's not even a joke in there. Is it this one? This one, yeah. Alright, let go. Wow, that takes a while to charge. Wow, that actually does some damage. It's not just... I thought it was just a force thing. Huh. It's a good bit of damage. Let's go see what else we can whoop up on with that. Teleportation. Port me to the moon. Painted World? Hell no. Orlando, Sunlight Altar, Chamber of the Princess. If only it were. If only. I'm sorry, Nevik. You stay tough, my man. Since we can't control what's happening inside your body, but we can control the smile on your face. You're actually a bow system, not much a PC player. PC is too underpowered at that point. I know that feeling. Actually, you know what? When we call it the whole PC master race, I feel like people should realize it's not just, or not just saying non-PC people, like everyone with PC should realize this too. It's not just about having like super powerful computers, it's about having a versatile aspect where you can go back and play older games. Or if you guys are on my Twitter, you saw that thing I retweeted where the dude's playing Shadow of Mordor. Like, he's playing it using the data from his Xbox One on his laptop while he's away from home. Because, you know, you can swap saves and stuff like that, which I wish I could do with Fallout Shelter, but on my phone, but you know, that's a different conversation. Anyways, when he's playing it on his laptop, it looks like PS2 graphics, but it runs beautifully. So part of the thing is he doesn't have a powerful laptop, but you can't scale your PS2 down to play PS3 games, you know what I'm saying? But you can scale games that are out on the PS3 on your PC to play it on your not so powerful PCs, if that makes sense. There's a level of versatility that comes with PC gaming. Costs a little bit more maintenance and time to understand, but the output is more too. It's the Corvette to the Mustang to the Maserati, so on and so forth. Y'all know what I'm saying. So if I'm asking you to hit on another woman in the worst way possible to turn her off to women so I can have a shot. She doesn't have to be turned off to women forever. She just needs to be turned off to women for like 5 minutes. That's all I need to shoot my shot and see what it does. Alright, Spirit Bomb time. Wow, that's not what I wanted. 207 for these dudes. Let's get some sword strikes on so I can compare. Because I honestly don't remember what my numbers are scaling at right now. Oh, no. Yo, just do the shield thing. No? Alright, fine. Do the shield crush thing. Oh no, you're a mid-force. He was like, I can do that too. I love how when they do that swipe, it's like they hit their own shield in the back, or like they tweak their own arm. It's kind of crazy. Not on your own, Sophie, but I know that with some effort you can try. Crap, now I'm calling you Sophie and breaking my own rules about names. Curse you, SJ! Alright, there's the shield thing. Regular strike is 223. So about the same as a mid-force as I get out of a sword strike. Only with magic damage, so the dudes are weak to magic or more sensitive than physical strikes. It's all good. Oh my gosh. Alright, so the toggle on these switches and these sticks is just so like, it's so minuscule. Like one, you get that crazy snapback. Two, you can like angle this so well and get so much precision out of the sticks. Like if you're used to messing around with RC cars and little robots and stuff like that, like I used to, oh my gosh, it's just magical what this controller feels like compared to the other controller I was playing with. Like I can't wait to get back at Mega Man with this controller. What are you yielding? 3,000? We can grind up in here for a little bit, buy a little bit more Titanite, maybe upgrade the Pyromancy Flame a little bit more. Who knows? We'll be good to go. Oh, what the hell? I forgot about you. Is anybody looking out for the new Sonic game, Sonic Forces? I've heard some, oh man, it's looking bad, and I've heard some, oh man, it's looking amazing. So I have no idea which it is. Also, where the hell did you go? Oh, you fell down. Okay. I was like, what happened to you? I hate the wind up for that stab, and I'm honestly not doing it on purpose. I'm trying to get my jump attack back. Now that I have these new sticks, learning where that up is with the timing is a little... Like, it's definitely nicer to do, but I'm so used to that other controller now that I'm just like, trying to reacquaint myself. It's like when you've been playing with someone else for a while and you haven't been playing with yourself. So by the time you play with yourself, you gotta relearn how to do it. Y'all know what I'm saying. Sonic Mania was pretty good. Cool. Oh yeah, Sonic Mania, the old school, new school Sonic. Definitely. Had a lot of awesome stuff on that. That is not a plunging attack, or was it? I don't even know. I guess it turned into a plunging attack after I fell. Either way, that damage constant, baby. Woo. I guess with everyone loving Sonic Mania, they want the same, not like the old school experience out of Forces, but they do want a nice game. It's nice that people are making nice games again. Ubisoft is, like, it's so weird. With EA, it's like, I love the people, but it's like the games they're making. I'm just like, stop. It's like when you have a buddy that's a used car salesman. You don't want to knock his hustle, but you don't want to buy a car from him. But that's still your buddy, you know? Controllers actually make emulators playable. This is true. But I've honestly never played an emulator without a controller. D-pad, son. Real D-pad. No more mistakenly switching weapons when someone's coming after you. I'm really glad we made that switch on the camera. You know, like 60 hours in. Still, it was a good switch. wasn't a Will Smith's. It wasn't a Nintendo Switch. It was more like a Will Smith Switch. It was a good Switch. It's a Switch I can get behind. Switch we can't believe in. Yeah. Believe that, nerd. Demon's Souls is working good on the PS3 emulator now. That's cool. Not something I do though. Or at least something I try to stay away from as far as newer emulators. Older emulators I'm kind of whatever about. Newer emulators I try not to mess with them. You do what you feel is good though. One day I'll go back and buy you old dusty PS3. I figure I'll get like a cheap one for like 50 and then like I'll do the thermal paste fix for it. Oh wow, mutual and no drawback because that wasn't a poise breaker for you guys. Because you have like insane amounts of poises. Forgot about that. Alright, let's try to know. So where are you heading to? It depends on which school accepts me. I'm already accepted at Pittsburgh, but I don't get as much money from there. I'm waiting on Connecticut. That's where I want to be. It's a good shift in income. I have to not study Russian. I have to change over to Arabic instead of Russian, but still be good and fun. Sophie, I thought you... No, wait, that was Lynx that said they were going to bed. You're still up, but what? What are your duties like, Sophie, and how do I get to be an awesome hotel person like you? I'm trying to think what Dragon Ball Z move that actually is. I'm thinking it's more like a Masenko. Or, what's that thing? Like the... It's like a little energy ball they do around themselves just to get people away from them. I forget what they call it in the Budokai series. It's like a generic move that a lot of dudes have. Indeed, Beckstorm, indeed. You know, speaking of emulators, it's kind of funny what companies will and won't do as far as emulation is concerned. Some games don't really care. I mean, look at... But if you look at the way Nintendo does, it's like their relationship with emulators is more varied than others. Think about Donkey Kong 64 and the original Donkey Kong that was in it. Think about Metroid. I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you remember playing Metroid Prime and Metroid Zero Mission, both of them had the original Metroid in it. But what was gonna happen was that... why is that not a one hit? Am I not strong enough for you guys right now? Oh, I'm not two-handing. I completely forgot that two-handing is a thing. I'm usually switching back off that. Oh shit, who that? I hear someone running around and I'm like, where they at? Anyways, so in Metroid Prime, not only was the original Metroid going to be included in it, they were going to put Super Metroid in it, which, as you guys know, is kind of hard to get on Super Nintendo, and it's anywhere from 70 to 120 just loose, not even like complete in box, if you just want to play it like people like me, right? So you either emulate it, which is what we ended up doing because I could not find a way to get it, or you find a game where it's got older stuff on it, kind of like the new little consoles that are coming out, right? Or, you know, Game Boy editions of older NES games. That's like easy ways to get some older games if you're not comfortable with emulation. So imagine had they put Super Metroid on Metroid Prime, like, wow, now I get to play this old game, an amazing game too. The only reason they didn't is, unlike Metroid, which they just threw in there, like literally bone stock, they had an emulator running with Super Metroid, and they were so against emulators that they were like, no, we don't want an emulator in our own product. Which makes sense, because then you start thinking like, oh, Nintendo emulates, why can't we? Which, you know, most people might think, oh, that's no big deal. But when you're a company like that, you have certain stigma about you when it comes to making statements and deciding what you represent. And, you know, building case files later. Because, you know, later somebody, I don't know, emulates Mario Odyssey. And they're like, yo, I was just using an emulator just like Nintendo. I thought it was all good. And they're like, damn, shot ourselves in the Nintendo foot. All four toes. TV browser for your emulator box in your living room, haven't looked back. That sounds really nice, look on them. I don't know if you guys see the pictures of people that have like awesome gear setups. I do want to one day build my own little shelf and have like all my little retro consoles, or all my consoles period, in there. eShop emulates all their older games anyways. Yeah, and that was a nice move. I kind of wish we saw a little bit more of that. In the Xbox Live Arcade, when it was first coming on with the 360, we saw a lot of that. And we were like, wow, we're going to get all the old games on 360. Same thing on Steam. You know, Sega even like allowed a lot of their games to be on Steam, and they even came out with their own like Mega Drive emulator where like, yo, this will play all your Sega games. You buy whatever you want on Steam, and this will play all of them. And hey, you have some illegal games, guess what? We can't stop you, and it works on our emulator anyways. Enjoy. And it was just one of those things like, cool, we're not making money off these anymore, let's sell them on Steam. And for a while, I thought, wow, we're gonna have access to everything, full knowledge. It's like a Wikipedia of games, yo. I mean that in like the sense of how Wikipedia works, not Wikipedia itself. For those that don't understand, I can explain that further, but I won't. And then like suddenly gaming took a really big change in marketing, and I saw nothing but loot boxes everywhere. Where the hell are my demos? When did we stop doing game demos? Yes, I did see that with 15 Beckstorm, and I'm hoping to enjoy it, because I'm not even a big Final Fantasy dude, but I watched people play 15, and I was like, yo, let me get some of this. Hello. A little dude's just standing there like, yo, come in the door, and I'm like, hey, didn't you see let the right one in? Not something you just do, son. Oh, that didn't even, oh, it goes forward. I didn't realize that. Try it again. I didn't know you threw it. Jam packs? Remind me of jam. What is a jam pack? Has anybody ever had like a Saturn and had like the bootleg demo disc? Like it was literally called a bootleg demo disc, but it was Saturn official. It was just hilarious though that they called it that, because I really thought, I was like, we got a bunch of stolen illegal games. It was a game disc that had like 12 demos on it. Okay, so we're talking about like the same thing. Demo disc, man. Even like some of those PlayStation magazines, they used to come with like disc every month, and it would be like 20 videos of games that were coming out, because you know this is pre-YouTube time. Be like 20 videos of games, and then like there would be like 4 or 5 playable demos on there. You'd be like, yeah. Nobody bought. I bought a Saturn. How dare you? The audacity, Beck. The disrespect. Nah, I got you. I was like 7. My dad bought it. We had a few games on it. I played like. We had a baseball game. We had the little memory cart expansion in there for some reason. Virtua Fighter, Virtua Cop. Virtua Cop is still one of my favorites. Some of the best one-liners in any game ever, because it kind of took that whole Die Hard role, like their arcade game. Yeah, Virtua Cop. I love Virtua Cop. I don't know if that expansion did anything back then or not. I was too young to really understand what the expansion was for, you know? My Saturn is like, the problem is, I have my Saturn in like a box over here. The cables are somewhere in this house. Maybe. Saturn was somewhere like 2 states away when I got the cables together. And then the little blue gun is somewhere as well. Kung Fu game where you can actually fight people using lobsters. A PS2 era Sleeping Dogs. Was it For Honor? Or not For Honor. Ubisoft. Rise to Honor with Jet Li. Because you had a lot of weapons you could use in that. For those that didn't play Rise to Honor, I actually had a demo disc of that, and now I have the full game. The game used flick targeting before flick targeting was really a cool thing. So you would run around with this stick, and then your attack button would be this stick. So you would tap it to get your hits in, and it would be directional fighting because you were fighting multiple people. So you would tap left, tap right, and that was your punches and stuff like that. When you did the shooting missions, which were kind of lackluster, but they were functional, this stick would become your aiming, and then this right here would become your shots. For Honor was a very experimental game. It was also kind of a jump into cinematic games, kind of like Uncharted and stuff like that, where you're really appealing to a movie crowd. Before that was a popular option. Really good landmark in gaming. And it starred Jet Li, so it was the start of saying, hey, let's take an actor and put him in a game that has nothing to do with a movie just because they're an actor. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Let's take famous people and actually use their talents for stuff. And that doesn't just mean actors. It means Foley artists for sound, using using full actors for their likeness and their voice in a game instead of, just hiring voice actors, which is not to say the voice actors are bad. It's just you get a different feel when you go that way. And we were able to bring gaming to a wider market like that. People were like, oh, Jet Li game? Yeah. We saw a little bit of that later with Pierce Brosnan and even Sean Connery, but mostly Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig lending themselves to Bond video games that had nothing to do with any movies or books, but they gave their full likeness as well as voice talents to that and their input. on production and a little bit of executive investment as well. And the more you see of that, you're like, wow, okay, gaming becomes like a viable business and everything like that. Also, Reader Get It. How do I say her name? Thanks for following earlier, but feel free to lurk around. I love VirtuaCop, man. Like, I need to look up on YouTube and get all those lines. There's one where you roll up on the dude and he's just like, ha ha, love you too. Or he's like, get a look at you too. It's really hard to hear because it was Saturn quality sound. Ha ha. And that's like all he says. And then the fight starts. Sorry, I still remember the music. My favorite, though, is that last dude. I know I said this on the stream. If you... Hold on, let me take care of this guy so I don't get chumped up when I do this. So, like, if you never played VirtuaCop, you played the demo at least 30 times. Me too, Jazz. Me too. Remember that stack of PS2 games I had that I took off that kid because he couldn't pay me? That was one of the games I got was for Rise to Honor. So, if you never played VirtuaCop, there's a part where you come up on a boss fight. It's like your first boss fight if you're playing the levels in order, which hopefully you are, because there's a fourth boss you get to fight if you beat the game in order. The first boss you fight, you shoot him up, you know, regular 90s style light gun game. Dude drops his weapon, you're like, alright, it's over. And then, like, suddenly your thing zooms back in, which is pretty cool, because Terminator Salvation, the arcade game, would do that later, like 20 years later. It zooms back in, and he's, like, pulling a pistol from the back, and he would take a shot at you, which would do a good bit of damage if you didn't shoot him right there and finish him off. So you're like, okay, boss enemies pull pistols out of nowhere. Point taken as a gamer. Even if you don't recognize that, you subconsciously, like, write it down. So you get to the end of level 3, and you kick down the door of this dude's office after you just fought through his building and all their guards and stuff, right? And you go in to arrest this dude, which is weird because they're like drug dealers, but they have like a big giant building that says Evil Corp on it, whatever. It's Mr. Robotish. So the dude is like, he turns around, he looks like Kingpin from like the Spider-Man animated cartoon version, like the buff, that version of Kingpin. And he turns around and he looks at you from behind his desk. And he's like, and now, find yourself at the wrong place at the wrong time. And then he reaches under his desk and you're like, oh, okay, he's pulling the pistol. Just like the first dude, time to cap him. Only he doesn't pull a pistol. He hits a switch, and the desk explodes, and he's in like a robot suit. And you're like, so that's like one of my favorite moments. And if I didn't have the Saturn, I wouldn't have that. So, damn you, Beckstorm. But no, he's right. Saturn sales weren't especially great. At least not from what Wikipedia tells me. That's some good times on the Saturn, though. Had more demos about games that I'll never find. Does anybody else has like weird games or anime, anything in your head that you think about, but like you cannot find it? Kind of like how Jazz couldn't remember that, but I remembered it for her. But I'm talking about stuff you remember that no one can remember. Like I have anime and stuff in my head that I'm just like, it doesn't exist. I made it up. It doesn't, like, no one knows about it. It's not real. It can't be. No. Wrong move. Got really lucky with the timing there. Did not get the jump attack that I was trying to do. And we got one last one we can jump up on. What are these dudes worth? Like $12.50? We can take a few of these. We'll go back to the blacksmith, work our way back, kill a few giants, and then go see what the blacksmith is offering. See if we want to upgrade armor or upgrade that that flame, as well as my doll, so we can get some stronger magic going. Nick Slime Time. Couldn't remember the name of Slime Time. Dude, I went to someone's house and someone was talking about, let's watch Legend of the Hidden Temple. And I'm like, Legend of the Hidden Temple? What is that? And someone was like, you know, Legend of the Hidden Temple. I'm like, I don't know what that is. It sounds familiar. And so we start watching it. There's like kids with helmets and obstacle courses and smoke and hidden rooms and stuff coming to get them. I'm like, and then like it hit me in my head. I had like a Matrix moment where just, it's like I know everything. And then I remembered, I'm like, I used to watch this show religiously as a kid. I was like, why didn't I remember it? Or maybe it was like Legends of the Hidden Temple. I don't even remember what the title was, but I remember what it was. I was just like, this is insane. RPG, main character is a kid from present day, wakes up in a medieval setting, turns out to be the future. Then you get other characters in your party over time. That's all you can remember. That's definitely not Chrono Trigger then. Though it almost has some similar themes, but it's not the wake up part. That almost sounds like the plot to Final Fantasy X. Oh, I get you, Lucana. That's some of that stuff is just lost knowledge to us. There's some anime, I remember, it was back when anime wasn't really big in the US. Good anime was like on HBO and stuff. It had the same level of animation as Level E, but this was back in like the 90s. I must have been 9 or 10 when I saw this. Nah, 8 or 9. I only saw a little bit of it on TV because my dad was flipping through channels. And some dude like punched another dude out into space. The vacuum of space like messed up his body. He was somehow able to float his like gelatinous, fleshy blood form back into the station or whatever they did, and like he turned back into a body and they continued fighting. It was kind of brutal for my age, I know that, which is probably when my dad turned off. But I'll never find that anime. I don't think it exists. I think I just made up the whole thing. They slime people, and there was a black guy that liked cheese puffs. Is that slime time, or are you talking about Kenan and Kel and all that? I don't know how I ended up finding on Google with only that description, but he did eventually. People's childhoods, man. People are like coming up with stuff. A lot of people are like starting to post certain things that they're like, I don't remember what this is, but does anyone remember what this is? And like we all like zone in on it from our childhoods. We're like, ah, like that thing I tweeted where those mummies, they like do his whole Sailor Moon transformation and they get like armor on them, and they didn't even say what the title was, but people were like, what? And I remembered, I was like, oh, it's the show about the mummies that put on armor like Power Rangers and stuff. Wow, the shield is real. Alice, you did this. Hey Alice, thank you for your host. How you doing, darling? Welcome to my derpy souls thing. We're pretty much running around, messing around while I kind of get a feel for this game again. No big deal. How was the rest of your playthrough? You were just messing around yourself, right? Fashion souls time. I'm just over here getting accustomed to my new controller. You can hit exclamation point new if you want to see it. And I'm kind of messing around until I get back to doing what I'm doing. Probably going back to the catacombs. Hello, Mentos fan. Do you have a friend that's into Diet Coke? But that was coming from Alice, is me and her go way back. Like years. Years and years and years. Beasting through a bunch of different bosses. Gonna do food and stuff now. Enjoy your food. You have a good time packing on the nutrition. You! Get out here. And for those that are still on my channel, check out Alice. Sometimes she does speedruns, or she's trying to get back into speedruns with Bomberman 64. Speaking of all the retro stuff we were discussing. And she does some Dark Souls stuff. Only not like me. There we go. Open side. Man, I can like see all 59 frames of this blurring by my screen. Wait, there's a dude I didn't. Oh yeah, there's all those guys up there that didn't fight. Well, time to go do what it does. Have you done the boss in this area? Yes. These bosses are done. Technically, someone else did it for me. It wasn't a pretty sight. He didn't know how strong he was. He didn't never realize how weak I was. I didn't know it was going to take away the experience. Probably not going to do that again unless I come upon 4 kings, and I might want some help. Where? This way. You! Get out of here. No? Okay. Oh, there we go. Whoa! He dodged it like Vegeta in the Spirit Bomb. Neutral. What's the other one? Downstairs.
An awesome
Thank you,
choice,
Skipper. Thanks for
stranger.
following. Enjoy your
Welcome.
time.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I got that timed out. The original one that we have, or had for Resident Evil 4, I had to switch it a bit in order to get the timing right, and I'm really glad that I shortened all this. Took a little bit of work, but you guys are worth it. Mentos, what's your favorite Dark Souls? 2 episodes to cast a Spirit Bomb. If you can't dodge it, you had it coming. You guys still in here? I didn't fight you guys, did I? Oh wait, this is the wrong room. Where am I? Oh wait, that's on the mid-level, isn't it? Yeah, I'm on the wrong side. Bloodborne? Cool. I mean, I think it's common knowledge that they're all pretty much all the same games. Except for Salt and Sanctuary, which is nothing about the same game. I don't know why I thought that. And I apologize to everybody that I told. I was like, yeah, it's like a 2D Dark Souls. That wasn't true. Oh no! Why? Why would this happen to me? How could this happen to me? Oh no! Okay, now we're dead. Laters. I literally tried to juke and caught that in the back. I wouldn't ask any more Mythos because this is completely blind for me. So if you ask some stuff like, have I done SAS? I don't know what you're referring to. I'm not going to think about it too hard because you might start asking stuff that I don't even know what it is. Oh, Salt and Sanctuary. No, I haven't. I thought you were talking about this game. My apologies. Salt and Sanctuary, no. I just remember seeing the advertisements for it, as well as a spot that had on Toonami, which was cool because this is when Toonami was kind of coming back on the air like a year or two ago. And what am I thinking? Like back in the day, that's what Toonami used to do, was like games and anime and stuff. For them to come back with games, even if it was kind of a shill advertisement thing, you're like, oh, okay, they're actually doing stuff again. Toonami is Toonami again. Cool. They were kind of shilling though with it, but hey, it's TV. What can you do? If you guys remember that game. Was it called The Order? It was a game on PS4 that was like literally 60 hours of video and like barely any gameplay. It's not The New Order, that's Wolfenstein. I think it was just called The Order. Anyways, it was an interesting title that they kind of shilled out for. Oh. Okay. Damn, am I like just weak enough or I'm not taking these dudes? Huh. Try it, quite a lot easier than DS, I believe it. And I like me some little 2D games and slow down every once in a while. It is definitely on the list though, Mentos. If you want a copy of the list, you can look below the channel and go to the Games tab, and you can just click on it, and it'll take you to a list of stuff that you see upcoming as well as suggestions. And if you see something on there, or you don't see something on there that needs to be added, just whisper me. We'll get it added. Or better yet, whisper AJ, who's not here. We'll put it in Discord. AJ will see it. The Order 1886. That's what it was. He, like, even Tom was honest about it. He was like, yeah, we're advertising this game. Has a lot of cutscenes. Very long. And I was like, Toonami's back. For something as little as that. I know that sounds silly, but I was just like, yo, Toonami is back. Oh, wow, that hit not the dude I wanted that to hit at all. My bad. You weren't even the target, man. I was aiming at Vegeta. You were like Krillin. I just caught that stuff in the back. My bad. Wait, what am I? Oh, you can close this? Why would I do that? Now, I don't know if that was true or not, but I just thought it was like, oh, okay, they can advertise a game without being completely chill about it. Also, that dude is just immune to awesomeness, apparently. He does not want to take the Emit Force. Had to go back to Onion Knight and tell him that one didn't work, sell it back, get a refund on these used spells. Where under the channel is a list, there's a tab that says Games. And it is a bullet with a red bullet and a blackish cartridge. You can click on that and then excuse me. You can click on that and then it'll take you to a Google document list. To mess with invaders? Fair point. I was starting to think like, oh, maybe it's so you don't like accidentally walk by a door and get a sight line aggro on an enemy you really just don't want to mess with, but I get that now too. You make a valid point. Because Fifkin, am I saying that correctly? And what is your favorite Souls game? You guys do not shield as well as Spear Bros. Alright, so that's $1,000 from those, $3,000 from the Giants. Let's go hit up the Giants. And then we'll run back through. We'll spend a little quality time with some of our favorite blacksmiths. Then we'll try to hit up Catacombs again. I just want to get a feel for this game again while we have the new controller, and since I haven't played in like a week. Just getting jump attacks down has been like, ugh. It might not show on screen, it might show on screen, but like me trying to get it down has been like, ugh. Hey, Nemo. What's going up? Giving the clap to an Orlando since 2017. Hey, everybody gotta get clapped up and faded sometime. You might as well get it done by someone who knows what they're doing. Or has no idea what they're doing in this case. Nope, didn't get the backstab. Whatever. They like rotate so fast. I guess because of their own lock-on protocol. It almost makes it impossible to really kind of strafe them the way you want to, but it's alright. No big deal. This is not the way down. But, what does that say? Kisfinkin. I'm not calling you out, I just like your name. Hope you don't mind me saying it. What is it? Kisfinik? Kisfinkin. 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 Sorry. I get caught up with words like that. I used to do a lot of linguist stuff, so I've developed a love for tongue. Don't read that the wrong way. I know some of you are out there that will. I'm alright, Nemo. I had a good breakfast, a good run this morning. Now we're playing a little Dark Souls before I get to work for the day, and then we'll probably be back tonight either for more Dark Souls or a little bit of Hearthstone time and some music. You look forward to Shovel Knight? Me too, my man. Me too, Mentos. I don't know if I own that one yet or not, but we'll get it on sale at some point. We have plenty of good other games to play in the meantime. This is also not the way I was going. Where am I going? I'm like forgetting everything that I'm doing right now. One of the best games you ever played? I'm glad to hear. I know it was very popular for like that old school feel. Not just old school in terms of, oh, the graphics and the music, but old school in terms of the tightness, the calculation that someone did to make sure like, yo, you're holding on this long for a D-pad, it makes that jump this way, measure the pixels out, make that jump art perfect, that kind of stuff, the swing arc, stuff like that. Same kind of stuff that goes into a Dark Souls game, at least from what I can tell from my small sampling in here. It's like everything is perfectly planned out. It takes a lot of time and a lot of love. I think the worst thing that happens, at least for fans of a game, is to have a game that goes so much into detail like that, whether the studio is successful or not, and then have people that just don't appreciate it. Which is kind of why our current information culture with YouTube and everything like that is kind of cool. Because we bring stuff like that to life. Same way I did with my favorite game that you guys have seen with my speedrun or my casual play. Because I was like, man, this is one of the greatest games of all time, technically, but like from a technological perspective. But nobody's going to know it because it just came out at the wrong time and it gave the wrong message. And EA marketed it like poop. Like literally like poop. They just went to the bathroom, came out with some stuff in the hand, put it in a game case, and they're like, would you like to buy this? And people were like, no, yeah. And EA was like, yo, multiplayer though. And everyone was like, alright, we'll do it. And then it was bad. And they're like, EA, this is poop. They're like, well, we didn't know. You knew EA. Oh shit, I forgot he had the archery thing. Oh, cool. The banister will protect, not. Hey, you switched to your sword. I saw you. Get it back out. We're doing this. Try Neo. I've been watching our buddy, They Call Me Val. It's either They Call Me Val or They Called Me Val. I can't remember. I think it's They Call Me Val. Val's been playing Neo, and I like what I see of it. It's very, very fluid. Might be a little too heavy for my computer to run, at least with the stream quality the way it is. But it's a little bit newer game, which means probably not going to be playing it for a long time. Best Souls is tough. 1 for story, 2 for PvP, 3 for co-op. Gotcha. Have you done the Duke's Archives? Again, I don't know what's what in the game, so when you start saying stuff, I have no idea. Unless you're talking about a different game, then I have no clue. Never heard of the Duke's Archives in this game or another. Unless I did it by accident and I just didn't know. Then maybe. Oh, no. I didn't get the constant finish. Give me my $3,000, son. It's in the contract. Wait a minute. This isn't the right approach. You just do shield slam already. He has like a persistent damage that comes from the shield slam. It still bugs me because you can like walk into it after it's already gone down. That right hand swipe hitting that left hand shield, man. That's not good science. Svinkin, what other kind of games are you into? Same thing for you, Mentos. Always love to meet new people, know what they're into. Old, new, or obscure. No, wrong way. Oh wait, he didn't do the second. That was open. I was good. I just didn't know I was good. Can't cancel. Wait, what are you doing? Ah, no, 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 no. Hold up. One for the Areas 2, World 3 for combat. Okay. Having a bunch of you guys around, I've actually heard a lot of different opinions, and I want to say there is no consensus between y'all, which is good, because I like that. Because the only time you see consensus with media is when people did not actually play the game. And that means you guys are actually playing the games and getting something out of it. That's great. Your opinions are well-formed. For an example of unwell-formed opinions, look at 2015? 14? 15. 2015's Grammy Awards. Or was it Oscar Awards? I don't know. One of those awards. I don't watch them. Anyways, like 12 Years a Slave won this award, but when you looked at the voting panel, it was like 12% of the people in the voting panel had seen 12 Years a Slave. So you're like, regardless of whether the movie was good or not at this point, how are y'all voting a win for a game or for a movie that like nobody, like not even the majority of this panel watched? How is that possible? So when you hear people go online, they're just like, yeah, Dark Souls is hard. It's almost like that's true, but I feel like I have gotten, I don't know, what is it, the past 5 years now, 6 years? I've gotten a lot of malformed opinions about Dark Souls. Mostly second and third hand opinions. People who listen to people who play the game, not people who actually play the game. Playing the game myself, I'm just like, oh wow, this is pleasant. I've been waiting for a game like this forever. Just like playing Star Fox again. I know a lot of you like Star Fox and Dark Souls got nothing to do with each other. And again, it's the tightness, it's the clarity, it's the effort that goes into making the game. You can smell it, you can taste it, you can feel it when you jam on the controls. Get the Corvette to the Maserati, to the Mustang, to the Pinto. Do it! Exactly. And like, you know that because you watched the movie. So again, it's like sometimes we hear opinions about stuff and we tend to form these like uninformed opinions because someone else told them. And it's not like we shouldn't trust people, it's just that you get a lot of bad information going around there. I mean, coming from the shooting world, there was a long time and people will still say it for a long time. Like, yo, don't buy Glocks because Glocks blow up and Glocks you'll shoot yourself or something like that. These stories have merit. They happen, but they happen under very specific circumstances, way back in a certain age with certain combinations of ammunition and stuff. But because you hear that rumor mill goes, that telephone game goes around, and suddenly people are like, yo, Glocks blow up. Glocks blow up. Like, and it's just a fact. Dark Souls is hard. Is Dark Souls hard? Yeah. Dark Souls fair and communicable and transferable, not just hard in a way like I want to be the guy. It's hard, absolutely, but you wouldn't know that unless you kind of look into it. Exercise of memory, learning attack patterns and countering them correctly. There's that too. I've seen like the attack pattern memorization approach, and I've seen my approach, which is just like a careful kind of learning approach, and I don't even learn most of the attack patterns unless I have to, which normally comes from boss fights. The point is that even if you try to communicate those in a game that's not well built, you're not going to come up with a good product. The fact that they're able to have all those within a game that is well built is what allows it to exist well. There's a lot of other games that have fighting systems probably just the same as Dark Souls, to be honest with you, and are just as tight, but because the game itself is not built well, you never see that come to light. It's like if the fruit inside is juicy but the outside looks rotten, you're not going to try it, you know? Which is how some plants camouflage themselves from getting eaten up by animals sometimes. Now, everybody here knows, veteran Souls fans and not, my opinion counts better than everyone else's in this regard. Even though I haven't played through all the games, that Bloodborne is definitely the top. Because there are guns in Bloodborne, and that gives it an extra 3 on the 10-point rating scale. Just realized your sister looks like Megan Boone. Show me a picture of Megan Boone, like right now. and then show me a picture of your sister. I'm kidding. Don't show me pictures of your sister. Some other people have done that. Also, do not offer me your sister unless you're willing to follow through. That's a serious statement. That doesn't sound serious, I know, but it is. Alright, what's up with you guys again? Sure I can do the one hit. Oh no, I missed. I was out of range. It's not my fault. I've never seen the Blacklist. I have no idea who that is. Just. Alright, we're done here. Smithy, my boy. Meet a hookup. Hello to you. You can forge. You are strong. Okay, let's take a keen look at the stuff that we have to. You need to. I'll tell you what I need to and don't need to. What I need is a nice glass of whiskey. What I don't need is more TV. I don't know. I'll check it out just when I get a chance. That is one perspective, Gisfinkin. But I would say that it does take a little bit more than that. For people that have the ability to play the game in the first place, yes, a willingness to learn will do that. Some people don't have the ability to do that kind of stuff at all. And I'm not just talking games. I mean, like, I come from a world of first-person shooters. There's some people that just can't play a first-person shooter, whether it be a generic Call of Duty title set on easy or something more like Half-Life. They just don't have the spatial recognition, the reflex, the relation of their hand to a pointer on the mouse or something like that, you know? And I've kind of learned to accept that, like, not every game is learnable by everybody. Not everybody's like that. It's kind of like you got savant-level dudes who could take a blink at a city from a helicopter, go back down and draw the thing in like 20 minutes. You're like, whoa! But the dude can't spell and he can't talk, but he can draw art like a fucking madness. Or he can, you know, or she can, you know, spit out math equations like crazy. You're like, what the fuck? They got algebraic brain, but they can't, like, beat themselves. And you're like, whoa, that's weird. So I know those are extremes, but that's kind of the way I started thinking about gaming since I've been on Twitch. And I've been like, wow, some people really just can't do that. And you can't teach them to do it. They just don't have the natural ability. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what it is. What was I doing again? I lost my train of thought. I was thinking about how hard it would be for me to draw that thing from the helicopter. Hey, MK Swag. How you doing? Be a shooter over Call of Duty. Hey, I like some of my Call of Duty titles. As you know. Oh, I can upgrade the lightning spear. Let's take a look at what we can and can't upgrade and what it's going to cost, and then we'll look at what we'll buy for that. Which is cool, because I don't have to go back to Sin's Funhouse to buy the Titanite from that other dude, and I can just buy it from here. Does that other guy have cheaper Titanite? Because that might be useful. Playing CS? CSGO or old CS? The new one does the World War II one. I will say from a talent perspective and not from a gameplay perspective, it does have Nicholas Irving on board, as well as I can't think of his name right now. The guy that played Mother in Medal of Honor, the new ones. He played Merrick in Ghost, and he played the one Special Forces Army dude in Bosch, like in real life, because he's a real actor, not just a voice actor. I keep saying real actor, not voice actor. I guess what I should say is screen actor, who are now jumping into the world of voice acting as well, because they're realizing they can ask for premiums, boost their resumes, and kind of build up their stuff. It's kind of cool. Also, rocks, Jess. Always rocks. Damn, where are my rocks? Okay, I know where they are. Sorry. I had like a heartbeat moment because I couldn't remember where my whiskey stones were, and I remembered exactly what box they're in. Those got to make it with me when I move. Alright, green for the bow. Silver Knight. Twinkling. Titanite chunks. I can buy one more of the lightning spear. Thresh shield. How do I upgrade? Oh, we gotta go to a magic person to upgrade my... Oh. I need to go underground. That's the smith I need to see. You hate it, Mentos? I hate it too, from the perspective as I have no idea what's going on. But I like that because I play enough games where think like Assassin's Creed 2 style, where the upgrade path is literally just pour money in, win game, and it's almost like very shallow. I prefer this being lost and complicated, almost like real life, and then having to decide, hey, I'm gonna do this time, I'm gonna do this the next time, you know, I play through, having a lot of options. Then, well, I guess I'm gonna invest all in this and then have a bunch of money left over by the end of the game. Whoop-de-doo. So I get why you hate it, and I hate it for the same reason, but I still like it. Yeah, it's confusing. Yeah, there's a lot of trial and error, but I like that because there's more to do. It's a long-term gaming thing, I suppose. Weapon further, but first get me the right type of Mr. Kipling. Exactly. You're just like, fuck, I didn't know. And then you use something, and then you find another weapon. You're like, why'd I upgrade that? And you're like, whatever. But I like that because there's a lot of back and forth on there. It gives you a lot to play for, and they definitely meant this to be a long-term game that people would be playing forever. I mean, look at us right now. I also like that reference. Give me the right type. The Dark Souls games are pretty much designed not to be able to experience everything in one playthrough. Exactly. See, me and Beckstorm are chiving right now. We came to the same conclusion from two different areas, which is weird because Beckstorm doesn't respect the Sega Saturn, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm very forgiving, so I'll let that go. Alright, Large Titanite if I want to max out my armor, which... it's chip damage, it's chip numbers, but ounces add up and make pounds. Now, I mean, so I'm thinking about buying all that. We got 44k. I mean, we can invest it. It's not gonna be a huge deal. Unless you can buy Twinkling here. What do I need? Largest? Yeah, I need largest for my armor. We might as well dump it right there, or put it into more levels and make myself more intelligent. Overexposed in terms of armor? You're probably right, because I have some really middle-of-the-road build where I'm not good at dodging, but I'm also not super poised up. Is that probably going to destroy me in the game? Yes. Am I with that? I learned to live with it. Just like I learned to live with this weird piece of my hair that, like, sticks down, and no matter how I cut it, it just won't, like, stay in line with the rest of the hair. It's like Superman's little hair thing, only it doesn't look cool. Black iron leggings take Twinkling, so we could buy a little bit of Twinkling. In terms of your lighting in the stream, oh, that? Yeah, that's because the window's open, and it's very clear light this time of year, and I'm alright with that, and I'm cool with it, because it makes everything look ghostly. Later, if you come back tonight, everything will look alright, if you want to see my real skin color. Trust me, I do a lot of playing around with the camera, and I mess around with that, and thank you for noticing, but everything you see is intentional. I could control it if I really wanted to. The main thing is, until I can have external cameras, it's not really worth messing with because they don't come in with enough detail anyways. Also, I'm very shy, and there are some things I'd rather hide. The light does not help hide my bald spots that I developed from wearing a helmet for all those years, though. It's kind of fucked up, man. The helmet is supposed to protect the head, not get rid of my beautiful hair. At least I'm not like my dad. He went bald when he was like 10. I've never even seen a picture of him with hair. Like, I have no idea what he looked like. No, wait. I take that back. There's a picture of my dad somewhere in his house with, like, Rick James looking Jerry curls, which is odd as hell. Anyways. Alright, so we need some large. We'll take a couple Twinkling. Not really worried about upgrading the shadow stuff. I rarely ever wear that anyways, and honestly, it's a matter of time till I put it up. We'll take a couple Twinkling for the black iron. As well as, I'm pretty sure the silver needs it, right? Yeah. Alright. Give me 8 of your finest jelly beans. And I'll dump the rest into this milk stick. Now I'm out of money, out of cash. Okay, let's work our way... We'll go the slow way. I'm not in a hurry. Let's work our way back to underground. Because I need to mess around with the other one, the other blacksmith. I can upgrade magic. I also need to go back to the catacombs and mess around with that blacksmith because I completely forgot what he does for me at all. Also, can this replace a bow and arrow if you aim it right? I can't aim from here though, so it kind of can't. At least I'm a friendly ghost, Mentos. Mentos, what are the best Mentos in the world? The fruit ones or the mint ones? What was I doing? Right. Excuse my lack of thought here. I've been avoiding this game because my mind was on other things, and now I come back to it. I'm like, I don't remember a dick. Me, yeah. I asked you both. Or are you like joking and saying, yeah, all of them? Wait, who's that snoring? Is that you? No, you're growling. That's not snoring. That's not like Uncle Snakehead. We actually haven't talked to Uncle Snakehead in a while. I feel like we should. Let's go see him on the way down. Full fruit mentos marinated with wine are good. What kind of wine? I'd imagine you'd throw them in the vodka and make like a little nice snack, but if you're saying with wine, nah, I gotta try it. Because anything with alcohol, I'll try anything twice. You know how it goes. Not what I wanted. Also not what I wanted. Got kind of lucky there. Input, new controller. Help. Wait, what the hell? Oh. The controls are oh no, the controls aren't different. I just had the wrong arrows equipped. That's why they gave me that look. Alright, wait. It's here. Aim. Trigger. There we go. White wine. Maybe garnish with cinnamon. So something like a Pinot. Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio. Oh, wow. That did not knock you down like it normally did. They patched it. They fixed the fatal flaw. It's all over, boys. It's all over. That's all I drink is cheap wine. It makes you appreciate it because of how poor we are. Where are we going again? Underground. Other blacksmith. And next bonfire, we'll look at upgrading some of this armor. Cheap Moscato is still Moscato. Daz knows. Daz understands. I remember when I first came here, I thought this was going to be such an awesome adventure, and then, like, I realized that all we did was go around the castles and stuff. Like, I thought this whole area down here and all these buildings, I thought we were going to, like, get into there. I didn't realize it was just going to be the church in here. When I first got to Norlondo, I was like, oh, snap, it's the second half of the game. Whole new world. Call me Jasmine, put me on the magical carpet, like, I'm ready for a ride. Honestly. And then I found out, like, oh, we're only... Wait a minute. What is that? Wait a minute. There is more. What's down there? How do I... Hold on. Here I am talking smack. Little did I know. There's like a whole nother place down there. Okay. Let me think about this. We used that way. We broke in the window. We got in the main door. We opened the main door. This thing moves. So all I gotta do is screw it all the way down. New adventure. That's what I get for talking shit, I guess. I keep pushing forward as if like it matters, like I'm playing a Legend of Zelda game. Anybody here love Legend of Zelda stuff? And anybody else draw any parallels to this game series like the same way I do Legend of Zelda? Or am I just silly? Is that where I walked across the rafters? Nah, because that's where I walked across the rafters. This is down here. I never went down there. At least I don't remember doing so. This is on the other building, see? Right in there. I never went this way. The rafters were in the church. This is underneath the big house. Or did I go this way and it was like nothing, so I just kind of forgot about it? No, I went this way. There's the fire. Oh, the time. The timing. If I had known about this like 2 weeks ago, would have saved so much time. Amazing trap ahead, eh? What, does homeboy come to life with his giant gold sword to take me out? Well, it can't be a trap by the bonfire, right? I do like the immersion. There's a few other games that do it, and some games it takes like a niche understanding to understand that it does it. Oh, these are their grave sites. So is this where all the knights fell before, I suppose? They have their brave king overwatching them as well as all the church folk. come I never came down here before? There was like a fire and everything. And Fire Spark waifu, Firelink waifu never even said nothing. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Man, I'm missing out. Well, at least no one spoiled it for me, which is good. Boost miracles. Man, I don't need that. The only miracle we need is another Beastie Boys album. Rest in peace to the other guy. Maybe, but maybe not. I don't even care. Why didn't I come down here before? Whoops. Bat? You're not alive. Covenant. Oh, Covenant. Oh. That's why this is here. No, it's not. It's not. This is lies. There's no Covenant. Or am I just like missing the prompt? What else is around here? Stained glass. Bell tower. I wonder why those. I don't know. I guess they would. Well, don't spoil DS3 for me. My goodness, I'm not even there yet. We get an energy sword, yes, and you also get a hyperactive religious belief in something that will ultimately destroy all life. Guys, I don't know if you followed my Twitter, but I was such in a Halo mood this morning. Amazing trap ahead. Sometimes I think I hear footsteps, and I don't hear footsteps. I just hear myself sitting down. Nothing under your mantle. This is the wrong symbol for you. Well, good knowing you. I can always come back here later. Alright, my statement still stands. I kind of thought the Norlana was going to be bigger. It's not a statement of disappointment. It's just more, I guess after the way I saw the Undead Parish and the city that was underneath, I kind of expected to come into a much larger area, not just the castle. But I guess it wasn't really significant anyways, to go down into the dead city of nothingness. Well, we'll be back for you later. In the meantime, I got magic to explore. And then we're going back to the horrible underground. I'm like a bit stronger than I was down there, so maybe I'll get farther than I did last time. We beat Pinwheel, we got into like this part where a bunch of huge skeletons were, and I was just like, nope, I'm done. You feel confident about your test? I'm glad, Future. Also, this is the wrong way, no? What was your test then? Nah, I'm good. Thank you, though, Mentos. Well, I'm glad it wasn't in English, Future. I'll say that. Wait a minute, this is too high. This is not where I want to be. Have a good time in bed, Nemo. I don't know how you're gonna do it without me. But thanks for stopping by, mate. Nemo, your accent isn't even an Australian accent. You're not even, like, really Australian. Stop lying to us. I've listened to you. Go to Nemo's channel if you want to see more Dark Souls playthrough from a fake American Australian. Nemo's definitely American. He's just, like, faking it. He lives by the beach in Florida or something, and he tries to adopt this accent. And he's like, yeah, I'm totally Australian. Almost fell down there, and then I realized like the only way back is up there. No. So Future just took a test in meth for everyone reading the chat now. That's hilarious. Walter White will be proud, Future. Walter White will be proud. Watch where you stick your tongue, Nemo. You might not get it back, good sir. Go to bread. Enjoy your bread. Bread time. See you in the morning. We'll probably be on tonight. Maybe a Hearthstone. I need to catch up with the Fallout shelter. And if you would like, you can come then. It'll be your morning for Saturday. Assuming that you guys are still in the future over there in Australia. I still think you're in the past, but whatever. Hey, baby. I don't know why. Like, we don't even ever see her face. I just think she's so cool. You just show up here. She's like got the double sword. She's leaning on the wall, hands all crossed and stuff. And I'm like, yo, what you doing later? Anyways. Also, she's kind of nice to me in a world where everything sucks. Hello, Sonny. Thank you for your host. How are you doing, darling? And how's everything in your fraternity and college and everything like that? You should be on some sort of fall break, yeah? Or are you waiting for like a November break? I did not call the future. That is not what I said. Future. Alright, let's get on that armor that we were looking at before. Heavy stuff first for the twinkles. Go back to sleep, baby. You can talk to me later. We'll just be here dreaming of a world where everyone is nice to each other. Be nice to people? Nope. Turn 7 lethal? Yep. Elite Night. Club Penguin stream? No, thank you. Isn't Club Penguin shut the fuck down anyways? Hold on. Let's see what best bang for our buck is. We only have so much of this stuff. It was expensive. Two. One on something I kind of use, only when I'm human. Two, and then most of the magic and stuff is kind of the same. Yeah, we'll do the helmet. And do we have anything that's not 5-ish yet? Everything's at 5, so it's time to pump up from there. Wait a minute. I have Twinkling Titanite. Why didn't I upgrade? Oh wait, my sword is maxed, right? Okay, so here's a question. I'm gonna have to start leveling myself if I want to really play with all this magic stuff. Just so I can play with it. Not for any, like, actual means of saying, hey, we did this, or hey, this is good, or I'm making progress. Literally just because I want to play with other stuff. But if I want to use great magic weapon, I'm gonna need like 6 more intelligence. And hey, what's wrong with the more intelligent gal to have running around and loitering? Might as well, right? Right. We'll check it out later. We'll build up some level, build up our intelligence. Try out the other thing. Why not? Toontown Street. Oh no. Ugh. You know the thing that bugs me the most about those games you're mentioning is the fact that they were just advertised like in mass when we were kids on TV. Bad TV too. Like TV that was on during the time when people should be watching their kids, but they're not. And they're just like, yo, put them in TV. Someone remade it? Well, that's good for them. I don't think it's my flavor though. I mean, it's like a long 5-hour showering going. That's a lot of water, Future. California is in a drought. How dare you, Future? The audacity. The disrespect, Future. Oh yeah, this guy's like super passive unless you do that. Now, we already went up here, but now we have Sign of the Lord, which means I should be able to go in there, right? We'll go check it out. As long as we don't get stuck in there, we're good. If we do get stuck in there, hey, new adventure. There's also 2 ways to approach it. There's this way, and then there's the underground way. From like... Fuck, where was that? That was like past Quelaag's place, right? Where Endless Disturbance was... Endless Disturbance. Endless Discharge. Hey Wiz, what's going on, man? Speaking of flick targeting, like we were when we were talking about Rise to Honor, that is the type of targeting this game uses. At least it uses a fixed lock-on with a flick target system. All of that came from games in the past. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time really changed the face of games like that for a very long time, and that's something some people don't really realize. For instance, if you like the Legacy of Kain games with like the whole Nosgoth stuff, their whole existence 3D was due to the success of what Ocarina of Time was. Wiz, how you doing, man? How's your week been? Why don't you call me anymore? You act like I still can't lay it down, or I can't still lay it down. You're out, later control. Get some sleep. Maybe see you during your morning, my evening. Have fun with the tall fellas. You know I like me some tall fellas. Really, Jazz? I don't think I've ever heard it simplified in that manner. How genius of you. Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Sleep? It's barely afternoon. Well, then enjoy your afternoon nap, punk. How's the run going? Everything's all good. I'm kind of just messing around. One, we got the new controller. You can have exclamation point new if you want to see what it looks like. Also, my sweat is reacting very well with this back style. Like, literally, the material on the back of this controller is the same material on my G600 mouse. It's amazing. Wiz, what other games are you into lately? You take naps? I know you do, Future, because you're a baby, and if you don't take naps, you get cranky. But yeah, I'm just kind of messing around. By the way, this is the one that won the voting poll. That's why we have this ridiculous camo pattern with the orange. Exclamation point new, I'll show you a better picture. Wiz, I'm kind of reacquainting myself with the game since it's been like a week, and I'm using a new controller, so some of the inputs are different, sensitivity-wise. But I also have so much of a careful pad now that I can actually make some of those quarter point turns I was trying to make before where I wasn't. And I can get really, like, click on my stuff. And Mentos, I'm not 4, man. I can follow my own directions. I'm good. Please and thank you. I don't know if you heard me talking about I was going to make an approach and look through here before, but if you didn't, I mean, if you want to direct a game, you can pick up a controller yourself, man. I kind of don't like being told what to do. Also, we still can't go through here. So it's all good. So, back to the original plan. Underground. The short way. You should talk to the Snack again. I have plans to talk to Snack. Grandpa Snacks. That's also in the plan. Pretty much I'm going to Underground so I can mess around with some magic while I experiment with a bunch of stuff in the game that I didn't use. Remember when I spent like 3 hours on weapons just to see what they did? It's kind of what I'm doing right now. I do have the Lord Vessel. But for whatever reason, it ain't working. But that's alright. We'll leave it alone, and we'll figure it out as we go, Mentos. 'Tis a blind run, and an exploratory run. Sit back and cringe while I do all the stuff that you wouldn't. Can I pick you up from work? Are you asking me to help you not return to work? As a good red-blooded American? I wouldn't suggest splitting your stats up too much. It's too late, Wiz. You see my character. I am prepared for the worst. Even if it means restarting this game next year. Really, Jazz? That's amazing. Future, I'm not going to help you cop out of your job that you worked so hard to get, which helps define our labor force. I thought you wanted that job so bad, Future. Remember you were like, oh, I'm going to be working. It's going to be so cool. What a burger. And you're like, guys, work sucks. Also, I find it weird that at your age, Future, they make you work those late shifts so much as if you didn't have work. As if you didn't have school. Sorry, my mind went askew. I don't think that's a good idea, Future. One, I don't have a van. Two, you should be working. People put in good time to get you to that job. Plus, don't your parents drive you there? You don't want to skip out on your parents, do you? Your parents take care of you. They deserve your respect and your love. Why is this happening? Thinking too much about Whataburger. Poisonous food. I gotta say, Whataburger is probably my least favorite fast food establishment ever. I'm sure you do, Future. I'm sure you do. Wait, why am I going this way? This is like... Nah, we'll do it. Wait, this is Sins. No. We're going the long way. We're not going the long way. We're going the warp way. I think I just wanted to come over here for a fight. Alright, what's the plan again? Underground, blacksmith, Uncle Snacks. Underground, blacksmith, Uncle Snacks, catacombs. Heresy, where are you from, Wiz? Are you also a Texas or Florida native who loves Whataburger for some weird reason? In-N-Out is good. We don't have it on the East Coast. Yeah, we don't. We are getting on our East Coast, because I'm on the East Coast too. We're starting to get those, what is it called? Not In-N-Out. Cookout. Cookouts are everywhere now. And I'm like, wow. Central Park is a thing of the past, though. It's like all gone. Wiz, have you popped the Texas command lately? Firelink? Firelink. Everybody agreed? I wonder what homegirl thinks when she sees you warping around like that. Like, I wonder if she's just seen it a million times before and she's like, whatever. Or if she's like, the Lord Vessel has returned! The power is back! Okay. We'll go back to Uncle Snacks in a second. First gotta go downstairs. I don't know, Wiz. They treat me wrong. They serve me raw food. It wasn't the coolest thing in the world. Get to sleep on, Kiss Finkin. Is that onion, bro, or is that a clam? I can't really tell at this resolution. My chat is at like 150%, but my eyes are bad because I used for sights. Everyone say hello to my favorite waifu. Texas!
I am impure.
You're not impure.
My
You're
tongue
always forgiven.
An awesome choice, stranger.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Please,
Thank you.
I like how your name is spelled.
leave me be.
I have plenty of heart.
Not to speak.
Oh, that was onion, bro? Okay. You don't have SJ's emotes, do you? Are you a friend of SJ's? That's someone else's. I imagine it's a very popular emote to make. Epic name, bro. ENB. Epic name, bro, is who does this. That's not SJ's. I'll have to make friends with your friends, Kisfinkin, and then maybe we can be friends on the weekend. It is on a cooldown, Future. If you shoot guns in the air too many times, you'll have the cops come by. That's not what you want, Future. You want the cops to come? So Onion Bro is looking for a different way to go. Solaire is looking for a different song. Mentos, I can tell you're not paying attention. We're getting there. Now please, I don't like being told what to do like that. Plus, people already said that. Plus, I said I was going to. Like just now. I don't know if you're listening to this right now. But I literally said I was going to do it here in a minute. It's all good. Call them your jets. Future, I think you're thinking of Miss Hope. Only Hope Remains. These the ones with the I love this guy. Sorry. I just love walking by and seeing this guy. Like, I don't know if they were thinking the same thing I was thinking when they put this guy here. Like, yo, this guy is just relaxed, but it's all really good. Then Mentos, if you're not really listening to it, might you understand how your commentary might be misplaced, yeah?
Ah, hello. What weapons have you brought? Go on, show me.
Okay, prisoner, bro. What can you do for me? Wait a minute. What? Oh, he just turns his back. This is the same we could do before because we have the large ones. I'm not really convinced I want to, but I kind of want to. Kind of want to a lot. So that. Also, I was wrong. I guess I do have to go back to the catacombs. That, or I just have no idea what I'm doing, which is fine. I like it that way.
Come back soon.
And yes, there's no freedom.
Smith.
No, I just ran out of things to do with it. Also, I was writing the randomizer code for the different photos that it could do. But me being a not so good coder, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I just gave up on it for now. Plus all that other stuff going on. I'll bring back freedom one day. Wiz, I was trying to upgrade some little magical parts. I think I need to go back to the Firelink Shrine and talk to the specialist. Also, Blighttown, Drakeside. This is the wrong way to go about it, though. The way to go, we'll go to the tunnel and go back down. Waylon could pick you up, but seeing as he's an imaginary person, he can only pick you up in his imaginary guy, and you can imaginarily skip out on work. Work is good for you, Future. It brings the money, and it brings a good discipline and understanding to your worldview. It's good for you. I like how we don't have freedom, but we do have money. Sort of. Never mind. I take that all back. Alright, let's talk to some Magic Bros, then we'll talk to Uncle Snacks. I'm being vague on purpose, please. It's all good. I'm mostly just enjoying running around right now. Onion Man!
I'll be heading down below shortly.
Right, and we'll meet him up in the catacombs.
No worries. Venturing is my life. I'm prepared for the worst.
I think I've seen a golden kappa twice in my Twitch tenure. It was only like a year and a half long. And thank you, Kiss for the thing, for following. I hope we enjoy our time together. We already killed that one, so if we want fire, we gotta go down to Blighttown again. It's not really the worst thing in the world, it's just kinda... People made it out to be worse than it was. I'll say it like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miracles, was it? Sometimes I lose myself. Pay me no mind.
You're just lucky I haven't murdered you yet, dude. And it don't even think it's not coming. Also, what's this? Great heal. One slot, but one use. Homeward. Kinda cool to have, but we'll never use it. Force, guidance. Really don't know what that does. Wait, you can just buy a talisman from him? Wait, what is this? Thurland talisman. Scales with a C instead of a B. But no bueno. But better mag adjust from the start. And then we can go upgrade that one. But otherwise, it's alright. There's no guns here, Josh. We're very anti-gun on this channel. Wait a minute. Why would it scale with a C instead of a B? Medium for casting Miracles of the Gods. Talisman is only granted to high rank in Thurland circles. 5 high miracle adjustment, which thanks to divine protection, is not dependent on faith. Oh! So that's more if you have low faith and you want to cast those. I think. At least that's what I'm understanding from reading it. I really don't care to try it out. No guns, no freedom. I know. What is this channel becoming? Alright. Uncle Snacks. Time to wake up from your nap. I heard you sleeping throughout the whole first part of the game and I had no idea you were here. Also, how tall are you exactly? I wonder. Because I almost fell down there one time.
Heavens, you have done it. You have retrieved the Lord Vessel.
It reminds me of the
After
grandpa,
1,000
uncle
years,
dude, Green
it is
Sage.
you. It is really you.
It's really me. Are you gonna eat me now, or like? I feel like now that you know, you're gonna betray me, just like everyone else in this game. We'll bring about the fall of Western capitalism, friend. Is that Hovel? Kissman, would you like to hear my Hovel story? It's very sad
Heavens,
and dishonorable.
you after.
Sorry, I just like that sound effect it was making. That's like his celebratory sound effect, too. It's hilarious. Alright, what am I doing? Time to go to the catacombs. On the Firelink altar, fill it with powerful souls. Wait a minute. Let this sit. Kisvenkin, not only did I cheese Hovel, I didn't know it was Hovel. I didn't know who it was. I never saw Hovel's face before I killed him. Wiz, he's just repeating the dialogue. I mean, unless he has a different one now.
Heavens, you have done it. You have retrieved the Lord Vessel. After 1,000 years, it is you. It is really you.
He's looking really hungry. Oh wait,
Forgive me.
I must have walked away before.
I really should
My
calm
bad.
down. Now, let us take that vessel on a
Thank
journey.
you, Wiz.
I assume that you are ready. Now, be still.
I swore it canceled out before. Or maybe I just got to the and I thought, oh, we're good. Or maybe I was a little too far away. Oh, hello. He was betraying me. I knew it. He was just gonna eat me. I knew he looked hungry. He just needed that Lord Vessel for some seasoning. Wait a minute. Is this a different way to the same underground? This looks like the same underground. You don't need to watch a movie, Future. You need to work on your English. Go write some sentences or something.
This is the Firelink Chamber for the successor of Lord Gwyn.
Your ears look really cute like that.
Place the Lord Vessel on the altar.
Do what I want, Uncle Snacks. Let me check this place out first. Oh, this is interesting. Are you ripping Hovel from it? Pretty much, so, Kisvenkin, I'm running around with the Master Key, which is kind of cool, because for my first playthrough, it's giving me kind of a Metroid feeling, where I'm kind of ending up... excuse me, sorry, still throat clogged up. Running in cold weather does horrible things to your lungs. Kind of ending up in places that I don't need to be when I don't need to be there, but hey, it's fun, right? Plus, I don't know that I don't need to be there, so it's pretty cool. And one of the things that happened is I ended up downstairs in the basin where the waters were getting thrown around, right? And I saw that door. Plus, I was getting invaded like every 2 seconds back then. So I was having to fight off dudes. And I saw that door and I went towards it, and then a sword came down on me, so I like, you know, dodged it, and I was like, wait, what the hell? And I just encountered that Black Knight that's in the area, right? So I kept messing around with that Black Knight, and I kept thinking, oh, there must be another Black Knight behind here. So I just kept like jump attacking the door, and then I would jump back. And then the thing died, and I was like, okay, he's dead. Open up the door, picked up the stuff, and it's like Hovel's whatever, Hovel's ring, and I'm like, oh no! And then I realized that that bottom of the tower was the connection to the tower to one of the first areas. I had no idea of that, because I didn't realize how much Dark Souls connected, which is a really great, grand design, right? And I was just like, oh. And after, like, I started understanding that, I was like, huh. So I had a really cool moment, but I also felt kind of, as not like in game, but like as a gamer, I felt kind of betrayed. Like I betrayed myself. I get it. There was no way I could control that. But after building up, after running from Hovel the first time, after barely seeing him, I wanted to fight him face to face. Like I wanted to fight him in the confined room and learn who he was and like go at him 1-1 and kind of get to it in business. You know, like there was a personal kind of gamer honor thing in there. Also, if you notice the Black Knight sword here I got that because I fought a Black Knight to like 1/10 of his health, and then I lost all my Estus. I was really weak back then, and so I ran back to my bonfire. I hit the bonfire. Black Knight did not reset. He hit me out of my bonfire. I ran away because I was like, oh crap, it's a glitch. And as I ran away, Black Knight, after like an hour of trying to figure out how to fight him because I didn't really know about the game at that point, he fell off some stairs, and suddenly Black Knight sword was in my inventory, and I was just like, are you kidding me right now? So I felt kind of cheap for that too, because I was like, there was no way to control that, but I felt bad because I was like, oh, I spent all this time trying to learn, and then he just falls off. So this is a cool area, and I have to believe this is somewhere near the catacombs where we were before, but it's whatever. Snapchat friend that backs into a mouse sticky pad? I do not, and I have no idea who Jessica is or anything, because there is no Jessica. Locked by some contraption, I imagine. Let's do it. Whoa, how was I carrying this thing around? I thought it was like a bowl. Magic pocket, for real. No wonder it took me so long to get it. Thing was heavy. There's one thing I still want to be spoiled on. Like, I want to be spoiled on of how to do it, not really what it does. Oh, now the gold doors are open. And I know of 2 of them. Yep. Underground and back out in Lordran. Look at me, other things you're carrying. True that. True that. I don't even have a backpack like Thorok. Wait a minute. No. That's 3 doors. I only know about 2 of them. One of those I did not know anything about. I guess we'll find it later. I know there's something to do with a boat and a bridge and a ring and like some really secret thing that you do back at the beginning of the game after you get to the end of the game. I just don't know what it is. I just looked up a video on it like years ago and I kind of want to know about it, but I don't want to go on YouTube and look myself. Maybe when we get to the end of this, we'll look it up and see if it's something possible, and if not, we'll leave it alone. Offer the souls to the Lord Vessel. How many do you need? No Lord souls to offer, because I haven't killed any Lords, right? We'll get there. And then I'm guessing that we'll open this up, and then I'll go do something. Well, now that all those doors are open, oh, I bet the last one is in the catacombs, and I never got that far. That's why it looked like that little tunnel thing. Well, let's see. We have about an hour of gameplay left, so we can go into the catacombs, and we can go and mess around with homeboys, and see what's what. I keep looking and wondering if I can make that jump, and like everything in my heart is telling me no. Like this gap over here to either side, I'm like, I can make it, and then I'm like, nah. I'm like, it's on a low angle, I can like jump and make it there, and I'm like, nah. I was like, I just gotta time it right. I'm like, nah. Kind of interesting to look at this area and see how broken up it is, though, too. I mean, there's obviously some other stuff to go on over there, but I don't know if that's just found the door. That's something we'll see. So it is Undead Asylum, and it is something to do with the beginning of the game. I thought it has to do with the ring that you need, and I don't think I have that ring, right? Goodbye forever. Alright, what do we have to lose if we fall? 10,000 souls? They'll be right back here. We'll be back at the fire. I'm not a human anyways. Let's give it a try. Oh, nope. First death of the day. Nothing to lose. Sick armor. Thank you, Quattro. It is quite sick. It's fluish. Make sure you wash your hands when you're done looking at it. How you doing, Quattro? What are you playing lately? That's not an MMO. Sick jump, right? Made me want to regurgitate it. Alright, doggy. Or Uncle Snake. You know what? What are you? I didn't even think about that. You are a serpent, so you have a tail. You have like a human head. And you just hang around. You don't have like a main body. Unless it's somewhere in the catacombs. I just didn't notice it. Otherwise, you're almost like a grave mine.
Very well. As Kingseeker, I shall now instruct you, the Lord's successor, in your next task. To achieve your fate, fill the vessel with powerful souls, commensurate to the great soul of Gwyn. Scarce few possess such brilliant souls. Grave Lord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, the 4 kings
Damn, I do have to kill
New
Nito.
Londo, who inherited the shards
Witch of
Gwyn's
Izalith.
soul, and Lord Gwyn's
Seath.
former confidant,
Seath, the last dragon.
the Scaleless. All of their souls
The witch.
are required to satiate the
Nito.
Lord
We know where
vessel.
Nito's at.
Are you ready? Then we shall return.
Nito,
Stay
Witch,
still for a moment.
Seath, and some other person I wasn't paying attention to, but it's whatever. Monster Hunter World comes out in January. There's another option. I just wanted something continuous that I could play and like come back to. When I first started on Twitch, it was Siege because it was an online game, so there's no like conclusion to it. Because in online games, there's no conclusion to it, but there's not a lot to do, and honestly, I don't want to stream Siege. I love playing it, and I play it off stream, but I don't do that. I've already been back to Undead Kisfin. I just didn't know where the boat or the waterfall or anything like that was. So I figured an MMO would be something continuous, even if it was something like Hearthstone, not even an MMO, just like a card game online. Something I can kind of grind with and look at skills and maybe even, you know, hook up with people the way I see other people do. And so, you know, I tried playing around with different MMOs just to get an idea of what I want to do. Hearthstone kind of fills that role. Dark Souls, is fucking massive as it is, could fill that role, but I feel like I'll never be one of those really hype, run around, really fast players. Those guys are good at what they do, and I respect that. That's not what I'm getting out of Dark Souls. What I'm getting out of Dark Souls is a sense of adventure for me. And once I'm done with it, it might take a lot to pull me back to it again. Whereas other people, it's really easy to pull back the same way it is for MOH 2010. What else am I thinking of? So yeah, something continuous as an MMO. Monster Hunter World does look good, and there's that other game before Monster Hunter World was announced for PC that looked pretty good as well. So those are good things. Are you gonna play the trilogy though? Eventually. It's not really a question as if I'm gonna play them, it's a when. But yeah. This was the trial run game. This game is good enough to where I'm like, I know Dark Souls 2, some people love it, hate it, but most agree that it's a good game, decently. I figure we'll try that out. What day is it? It's Friday? 5 days without a cigarette? Yeah. Hello, Lion MB. And yes, also Demon Souls and Bloodborne, absolutely. Only I'll never buy a PlayStation, so it's never gonna happen. You PlayStation nerds. I'm kidding. Not kidding, though. Maybe. Lion MB, how are you doing? I'm cute. Do you like Lion or MB, or do I just call you baby? Thank you, Quattro. What am I thinking about right now? There's something I wanted to go do, and I cannot remember what it was anymore. Everyone put on your thinking cap. But yeah, we already did the painted world. I was thinking of something. It's like a water. I don't even know if it's this game. Honest with you. I saw a YouTube video. I swear I thought it was Dark Souls. It's something about going to a beginning area, taking a boat or a bridge through fog or a waterfall and going a long way. You need like a friend. You need like that item that says like it means nothing, like that meaningless trinket or that ring or something. And then that I didn't pick in the beginning, and then like you go towards some super secret ending. It took like 2 years for people to find it in the game. I just saw a video about it like years ago. I'm going off of pure memory. That's like that anime I told you about. I might be making it up, Kiss. I might be making it up. Who knows? If it does exist, it would be one of those nice things I like to do, and I don't consider it a spoiler since there's so much that we'd have to do to get it. Also, oh, that's another player. I looked at it and I saw how solid that dude was. I was like, who is that NPC? But no, dude, I'm also not a console war person. Hang around me, Line MB. The PlayStation conversation will come up again. It's too long for me to go through right now. But the TLDR version it's just a very, very long-winded joke. The Pendant, the greatest troll of any dev ever. So people select it and they think that it's doing something and it's not something at all. I don't think it was a DLC, Wiz. Or maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know anything. But yeah, Line MB, I'm of the opinion that they're all computers built for different purposes, and it's just companies that build exclusivity into them. Wiz, am I on the right track with the thoughts? If I am, I'm going back to Tutorial Island. Be a bird, bro. We already went there and killed everybody, including some Black Knights. Or I don't know if they were Silver Knights or Black Knights. Either way, they were easier to kill because I'm so fucking buff now. I want to go human just to look at myself right now. Just cuz. Because I'm beautiful and I haven't seen myself in a while. And I miss me. You already did everything in that asylum? Well, damn. Miyazaki recommended taking a star. I guess I've really tried a million things with it. So that was just some troll, then. It was just 1 million penises. I gotta look up this video now. It might not even be Dark Souls. It might have nothing to do with Dark Souls. Let's go to the catacombs. I know where Nito's at. I don't know if I can fight him, but we'll fuck with him a little bit. Alright, everything we need for the catacombs. Lantern. Best stock. Just in case. And we'll go alternate lantern with magic just so we can throw spears. No reason. I did like the return to Tutorial Island. There's even some games like some Jak and Daxter, Banjo-Kazooie type games from back in the day where you go back to wherever you started the game and there's something extra. Maybe it's just an enemy that's alive now. Maybe it's Resident Evil and you go back and that dude who got bit in the gun shop, he's now a zombie. Stuff like that. Shows the passage of time, helps the player immerse themselves, and it gives you a little bit of effort for going back to the beginning, you know? Spoilers, for those that don't know about this, I'll give you like 5 seconds to mute your shit. Undertale. If you go back to the beginning of Undertale, there's some stuff that happens. Anyways, spoilers over. Turn your volume back on. If you did turn it off. So I kind of like when I see stuff in games like that, even if it's minor. Even if it had nothing to do with the painted world and all that. I still am not sure why I went to the painted world. Maybe it's because I didn't kill homegirl because she was too cute. So I'm not sure what I would have gotten out of there. Yeah, if anyone wants to spoil me and tell me what I would have gotten, if it's just an item, if I killed homegirl, I forget her name, Priscilla? You can tell me that, because I'm not going to do it. Man, I remember the first time I came down here, I struggled with every single one of these guys. It was madness. Also, that thing is rolling forever. You get souls, or souls and maybe a weapon. Okay, so it was like nothing really. I ain't got no worries about that. And you can make her scythe. Her scythe was pretty ballin'. I will say that, but I got a few scythes that I don't use already, as it is. Smash. How'd I get bleed like that? Few things in it pretty good. Upgrade path, ember, boss soul, and a tail cut. Gotcha. I think we did fight homeboy for his ember. I need to go back to the right blacksmith though. Who is down here? Also, does everyone love this scenery as much as I love it? Because you get like a really good look at that old school like interlacing castle walls. You get the fog, you get the awesome draw distance, which turns my computer. Oh, hold up. Everyone not die real quick. Let me put myself in a safe place. I'm about to hit my keyboard. I need, my hardware monitors are gone. And I need to see them to make sure I'm not blowing up my game. As I joke about blowing up my game. Alright, we're in good temps and we're good. We're about 60% power output. I'm safe with that. You died, Mentos. It wasn't part of the deal. We had a deal, Mentos. Really? You can see that far? Oh, because I guess they block out all the stuff. But that has a persistent lighting effect that reaches past any fog, darkness, or distance textures. It's also kind of taunting, huh? It's really cool, Two Scoop. Two Scoop, what are you 2 scoops of? Raisin bran, butter, cocoa butter, love, virgin blood. Yeah, but I really like this. Anyways, someone more veteran than I, the first time I came out of the catacombs, so I kind of got stuck in the catacombs for a while. When I came out of here, someone was saying like, it's gonna look more beautiful to you now because you went through all that. And I was like, nah. And then I did, and I was like, whoa. And yeah, you're completely right. So is the real terror of Blighttown just the frame thing? It's not even about the actual experience of Blighttown itself. It's just the technical aspects. Because if so, I understand. Because when everybody kept talking about Blighttown, I thought it was just going to be a murderous, horrible place, and it wasn't that bad from gameplay perspective. Catacombs is love, that it is, Hideous Oyster. I can certainly take the word of two shell. Hey! The word, I'm saying stuff over here, I'm talking to people, don't be so rude. I can take the word of a person that is just shells put together, frothing at the mouth. You're beckoning me with your seafood taste, and really you just live. Yeah, I went and paid old Nito a visit. I bowed down to him, and he was like, yo, you want to join in the crew? And I was like, nah, I fought some of your grave lords before. They weren't the coolest cats. Also, Hideous Oyster. Can I call you Oyster for short? What Dark Souls game is your favorite? No spoilers, please. And what other kinds of games are you into? Those are two very useful PvP stones. The Red Sun Soapstone, the Cracked Knuckles. I have the Red Sun Soapstone. The Cracked Knuckles, I don't. Souls are incredibly useful. True, but I can get souls from somewhere else. How much is rendered without load screens? Yeah, that's one of the impressive things about this game that we don't talk about too much. Or at least I talk about it like it's nobody's business, but, you know, no one told me, like, yo, Dark Souls is a good... People told me Dark Souls is a good game because it rewards patience, rewards cunning, thinking. It's just kind of fun. It has a decent story and aesthetic to it. No one told me I was going to be impressed by the sense of exploration or the technical aspects of the game or how all the numbers are linked to visual stamina bars that actually have relevant meaning to what you're doing, because a lot of games are doing that these days and they don't actually have any meaning behind it if you really pay attention to what you're doing. I'll show you why they call him Rave Lord. He was even dancing in his sleep. But I left him alone. Is he gonna, like, fuck with me now that he knows I'm, like, up for his head? I mean, he doesn't know that I'm coming here for his head, does he? I don't know. Anyways, we killed most of the Necromancers here, so best stock is not gonna be needed. It's just kinda just in case. We killed that Titanite demon, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah. Also, why am I walking down here the long way? I could have warped in there. Eh, whatever. Because of the verticality and the poison. The verticality was a bad thing. I'm not really caring about that. The poison, we circumvented that because we had a ton of crap to help us out with that. I kind of cheated my way through it. I had a bunch of stuff out of order. I'll say the one thing I hated most about it, and you guys will learn this with me with any game that we play. The flying enemies. You and flying enemies do not get along. Not from a technical perspective, not from a gameplay perspective. Me and flying enemies, man, it's just something. Also, I really like these beetles that are constantly crawling around, which really sells the idea that this is catacombs and we have like these scarab-like things that are just eating everything in here. Nothing that you would really need. Bird Girl drops a Covenant item. Probably the most useful thing there. Bird Girls. Oh, okay. See ya, Mentos. Enjoy yourself. And have a good weekend. Wait, are you still? Yeah, you are. Okay, so I'm maybe like 25 to 50% stronger than I was when we came down here last time. Also, we got rid of Mr. Necromancer, so we shouldn't have, like, a hellish time breaking into this place like we did the first time. I hate that little rolly thing they do. Spooky, scary skeletons. I don't know the rest of the song, but I'd love to sing it along with you one day. I have other friends that are better at that kind of stuff. Nostalgia bombs and all that. All I know is whenever the song plays on Song Request, I just relate with it. Hey, more falcons. Now I have to not pick up anything else here because of drops. But we could drop straight down. Let's take our time and explore. It's been a while since we've been here. Let's say hello. I'm sure they missed us. Right, Oyster? Dark Souls 1 is your favorite Souls game, but Bloodborne is better. I like that you have a favorite, but you know it's technically better. I think sometimes that shows a big part of maturity in us when we evaluate stuff that we love. Because I have favorite games that I admit are not for everybody, and probably not very well built, and stuff like that too. But that's cool. What makes it your favorite? Bloodborne is better though, obviously, because there's guns in it, so you don't have to answer that. That's just a fact, and no one can change that. Also, what kind of damage is Estoc doing these days? Also, 2 skeletons. Might not be the time to mess around. Yeah, this isn't doing a lot of damage. I literally have it for finishing dudes that I can't jump up on. At least I can tank a little bit more damage than I used to. And Spiral Kick from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I know your methods. Oh, I thought that tore him apart with no damage sign. I was like, what? Is he immune? As long as we're collecting souls, we know we're good here. I didn't realize these guys could be hit when they were being spawned in, like assembled. I kind of thought they had a iframe associated with it, but I guess that's just the bigger one, which is more annoying because he's the one you want to get them cheap hits on, anyways. Oh, whoops. Are we good? This guy. I think this guy's having an excited time, huh? He's ready for Halloween. He's ready for the Halloween dodgeball tournament. Honestly, when they roll like that, do they not have their own game-pinned internal stamina that stops them from continuously rolling? Okay. How do I get to my bro? I do remember running past y'all and fighting y'all. I remember going a long way down like that. I do remember going this way too, and there's no reason for us to go that way again, because that was dumb. Especially now that this is open. Wait. What? Oh! This was... yeah, I remember this. Okay. Moving on. Centerpiece is where you can fall down, but then you get to the blacksmith. But you don't need to go that way to get to the blacksmith. Now that he's open, you can just go to the cave, which means going all the way down and then jumping in. So, I think easier to break, so it's good for speedruns and challenge runs. Plus, the world design is flawless. The world design is beautiful. People already kind of clued me into why Dark Souls 2 is kind of a different world design, and the mechanics as they change, which kind of change the timing in which the player discovers the world, if we want to use those terms. As a fan of like Metroid and Castlevania games, I definitely understand why that's an important factor. So I feel you what you're saying. As for breaking, do you speedrun yourself? And if so, what categories and what kind of times you posting? Are you someone famous that I should be getting on my knees for? You know, in reverence, not in the other thing you're thinking. But that can be arranged for a price. Everything is for sale, my friend. Just the way everything is connected, perfect, exactly. Just how I feel about some Metroid games and other titles. Also, I kind of skipped the fire that was around here because I was looking for... trying to remember how to get down here. I spent a lot of time down here, so it's like I should have it damn near memorized. I know I can get to Nito through the graveyard thing over there. Or not the graveyard, the coffin. I gotta know, where does your name come from? Surely a hideous oyster like you would want to appeal to people. You do stuff like bow only run, SL1, oh, soul level 1. I heard that as a little bit annoying to some people. Dagger only. Does anybody do the hands only? I asked that the first time I played. I had some people tell me like, nobody does that. Surely somebody is doing it, right? And I've seen the no-hit run list, so I know that list is very short. First time I saw that was with a female streamer, and she said that, or not she, other people said that if she was able to achieve it, that she would be the first woman to do it. And I was like, man, you're the first woman to do it. You gotta know that there's not a lot of people on that list. Lobos Jr. did it? Okay. Well, feel free to whisper me your resources to your speedrun stuff. I'd like to see your times. All the games, lovely. Alright, so my one solace here is I'm a little stronger now, so I won't get super chopped up like I did every time I was going down here. Getting down here the first time I came was so poorly timed that everything I was doing was pretty much a no-hit run, because one hit was like, I was dead. So I had to play with it a lot. A Kirk armor only run? What is only damage by rolling? Oh, that's the Kirk armor. And hey, Helsing Gunnix. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I don't have any hip-hop beats for you at the moment, though I am about to take a break. There'll be a few beats that you'll recognize, personally. I hope you're well, and I hope work is treating you alright. Someone did tell me about that Kirk armor, like it's all spikes and stuff, and I was like, oh, that sounds amazing. Just waking up. Cool. Are you working today, or are you off? And are you moving to Houston, or are you just kind of, were you there, or like, I didn't understand the tweets. Ever see the guy who beat Dark Souls 3 using bananas? I haven't seen that. I have seen the potatoes, and I've seen the feet. Not like a foot, like he played a controller with his foot. It wasn't like another foot that he was touching. I know some of you would think that. Had to be careful with that one. Yeah, the first time we met these dudes. These guys are gonna make me pop a Estus. I imagine it is, Oyster. Baytown, you see. You just moved there, cool. Was it because of a job? Or was it something else, my man? Was it because of a woman? Because I remember during my assignments in Houston, when I was working there, I saw some of very worked on women, but wow. Wow. Just walking around everywhere shopping in Nordstrom's. A store that I can't even afford to walk into. I was there because someone else wanted to buy something. I just saw the regular women there, and I was like, wow, I get it. Everyone here is TV. Oh, your fiance is there. Then it's exactly as I said. It's the women. Uh-oh. 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 Revenge! Uh-oh. 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 I know you guys like to gang up, and that's where deaths happen. I think like 3 or 4 deaths happened to these guys, or happened due to these guys. The one with the guitar controller hero favorite because he could only make the right turns. Really? That's incredible. I've seen one on turntables, but I don't think if they did a complete run. I think they just did the turntables to play with a little bit. It was not the same guy who was playing turntables while playing like Lucio on Overwatch. Helsing Gunnix, I didn't know you were spoken for. I wouldn't have been so nice to you. Don't you know my intentions are all selfish? Also, I have no idea if I hit that guy, if he bounced off, or where he went. If he glitched into the wall. I have no clue what happened to that guy. All I know is I don't like these guys. Twitch plays Dark Souls? I have not. I don't mess around on a lot of bigger channels. Not to say that it's bad or anything. It's just I have limited time. I'm doing my own thing. And then the people I mess around with are usually people that I've kind of gotten to know. I don't know. I wouldn't even, like, if I went to TwitchCon or something, I wouldn't even know who I was talking to if I was talking to some big people. That's how out of touch I am. I do like how you drop in here. I saw that guy run up. Wait, where's the hole that I dropped down? How did I get in here? Is it? Oh, there it is. I was like, wait a minute. Did he fix the hole? But I like how you drop in the hole here. He approaches. He just knocks over a hole. And he's like, yo, get out. Get out of my light.
Is that an ember from New London?
That's right.
And a fine ember it be. What do you say? Why not leave it with me?
I imagine it was very, very fun.
Feast your eyes upon. Yes, very well. We'll get these old bones to work.
I kind of want to look up this guy's backstory, but I'll look it up after we're done with the game. Took 43 days. And I'm guessing this was on constantly. My goodness. I mean, does it come down to where there's like 2 or 3 people really doing all the work, or is it just like a constant scroll of chat? And they actually finish the game. Interesting. Me too, Oyster. When I first met him, I was like, the dialogue is great. You can tell the voice behind it is great. Whatever filter they chose for it, I don't understand why they did that. I get it. He's a skeleton, he's disembodied. You want him to sound a little different from everybody else. The fact that it's that really speaker box 80s radio, not even 80s, like 30s military radio style of filter, it's really dirty. I never understood that, Oyster. But don't worry, if you re-record it, I'll jump into the game. We can put your lines in it. How about it, Oyster? We'll work together. Just like we worked together in Twitch Plays Dark Souls. Also, the Ember, what did he actually do? Yeah, it's very distorted. It's the filter they applied, man. Our other theory was that whoever they got to record the voice just literally phoned it in over like the worst phone connection they ever could. I guess I should repair all my stuff. Haven't been in a while. Whoops. Recorded on a potato. I'm sure, like, with the budget of this game, they wouldn't have done that. But I think we've all noticed the voices in Dark Souls can be a little low. So it might just be like, hey, they were very strong and everything else. Sound dude was an intern out of, like, New Zealand or some shit. Who knows? Had to artificially put in lags to compile the movements. Makes sense. But they finished the game? I'm just surprised they finished it. And didn't go full Helix Fossil on there. So is this thing he can only mess with like fire weapons or whatever this weapon is, which I don't really know the symbol. Now that he has the Ember, which means he's useless to me. I came to visit him for no reason. That being said, I'm going to take a quick break. We only have like maybe half an hour left. We'll just go down the catacombs where I feel comfortable. Probably around Pinwell section. What the mic am I using? It is a Florian BM800. BM800 is just a designation and can be found through a bunch of different companies. It's a very inexpensive mic, but if you're wondering about my equipment, it is really my audio interface that is doing most of the work by canceling static and taking away interference away from the motherboard. If you want to see exact names, you can actually go under the channel, or if you're on mobile, you can do the weird little profile thing because they fucked up the mobile app. And you can see all of my equipment listed below. I would do the Amazon list where you can actually click it and see that stuff, but then I saw that and I was like, it looks a little bit more cluttered than me just writing it out for you, and it's a little bit hard to change. And not everything I use is on Amazon, but hopefully you can catch it there. So I'm gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Thank you all for joining me so far, though. It's always wonderful to talk to people about their games, their habits, voice stuff, Twitch stuff, life stuff, food stuff. Tell me the best food you've eaten this week, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
How are you gonna do it? Biggie.
Alright, I'm back. Hideous Oyster, did you have questions about the sound setup? I might have said it too fast. I know sometimes I spend a little time up north. I don't always talk all slow with my natural drawl. I'm kidding, that's not natural for me. I don't think I have like a default accent. I normally just switch between everything I've heard and adapt it to. But yeah, if you had questions about sound setup and you didn't catch everything I said, or if you're on some device where you can't see everything, I can take you on a little shopping trip. Or if you're really expert at it and you know more than me, then there's no reason for me to tell you anything. Yo, Pastor Rock. What's up, Nicky Knack, aka Nick Knack? Patty Whack. I can't remember the whole rhyme. AKA I just got my controller stuck on my pistol. And now it's stuck on the wheel underneath my chair. 1 second. Going on a desk adventure here. Oh, my poor new controller. Scarlet Solo? Oh yeah, you're familiar? I honestly wish I waited. I got mine real cheap. I got it with like the 2-year plan and stuff. I got it like for 70 or so from, I ordered from a Nashville Guitar Center. I had them ship it to me when I was living on one of the military bases. And I got it for like 70 new, and I got it with the 2-year plan, and that was all one price. What I didn't realize, and I should have, because that's how most industries work, is that there was new stuff coming. The fact that you have the 2i4, you probably know, like, oh, now they have the ones with the dual XLR cable and the true outputs, not just the audio video, but you get like an actual dual tone stereo output in case you want to hook up to some speakers or something. I was like, damn it. When they came out with that, I was like, why didn't I get this? Also, the interference from those new ones is like the lowest. The lag time is like the lowest in the industry for that style of like budget independent interface, but I'm sure you know that because you own one. Do you do recordings or music work? Because one of the cool things I'd like to do at some point is be able to get out my record collection and have it hooked into my Solo through the instrument port. And then when we do song stuff during some more kind of chiller, casual games, we can actually listen to vinyls and stuff like that. You chill until 1? Cool. How's your racing going, Nick? Have you jumped into your racing game? I don't even remember what the name of that was, but I know you were working on your curves and your turns. Alright, 2 things we can do here. We can either go back up, go chill out with Nito for a second, since I never really did that, or we can go fuck around in the cavern where I really haven't been. Either way, what we need to do first is establish bonfire. Because without the bonfire being established, if I get killed down here, or even if I just fall, like accidentally, I am gonna have to come all the way back from I don't even know where. Probably the Lord Vessel. So we need to do that. Then we'll come back down here and start messing around for the rest of the stream. But I don't need to give Hideous Oyster a walkthrough at all. Oyster, you probably need to give me some advice. Look at my new outfit, it's so ballin'. Really haven't played anything in like 3 days. That's alright, Nick. Sometimes get time away from the games is what you need to make games feel sweet. If I didn't take that break from Dark Souls, I would not be enjoying it right now. I just got in such a rut. Not a rut, I got in like, how do I say it? I got in like a habit with it. And I was like, man, I need to not play this game right now. Wait, I'm missing something. Did I fall down there before? I don't know. Solo got 1 XLR and 1 jack. Yeah, the Solo has 1 jack. You can run headphone output on the record player directly into a jack. Exactly, and that's what I plan to do. I just thought it would have been cool to have the double XLRs, because those XLR hybrids, they, you can do a 3.5er if you want to, or a 1.5, 1 1/4 inch. It's 1 1/4 inch, right? I just thought the dual XLR output would have been really cool. As trendy and weird as they've gotten, I did think doing like some, I don't want to say ASMR style, but doing like true stereo sound instead of having a mono dual output. I thought having 2 mics hooked up to the same system going in on the same frequency, less interference, less lag time between them would be pretty cool. Then you could have 2 different mocks and have stuff coming in different people's ears and stuff like that. And we could do our sarcasm, our sarcastic ASMR thing that I've been dreaming of. I thought that would be a cool setup. Yeah, the 2i2, definitely. If I get to a point where I'm doing more of this more often and I start taking it a little bit more seriously, then I might jump into a point where I'm like, hey, you know, Scarlet Solo for sale. Pick me up one of those 2 new ones, the 2i2s. Right, I didn't mean I needed a 2i4. I just meant like the new generation of them are like the dual XLR thing, and the output is really cool. As for just playing the vinyls, and I'm not one of those like hipster vinyl people. Nothing wrong with those folks, but I got like some old ones. That's all I got. And like listen to old music with people, or just vinyl music with people. I could definitely run it in. I'll just have to run it back through Ableton and really decide the way I want to balance that out, because I haven't thought about it at all. But that's planning for way in the future at this point, since I did not get the job and I'll be going back to school instead. Took your pussycat in for shots today. That sucked to take out. If they're not used to traveling, yeah. Your cat's just a house cat. I don't think I should S this up for like no reason. Hey AJ, I was just thinking about you because I know that I wouldn't have gotten even those ladders had you not told me about those ladders. The damn Power Ranger first. How is the cat, by the way? Those are just the regular shots? Is that the stray one or the one that you guys had before? Oh, it's totally unnecessary. See, it's not through the butt, it's through the bottom rib cage. It's a disembowelment, y'all. Avoid the spikies. AJ, how are you doing, though? Having a good day? You at work today? Or are you good? Also, what are you doing in the morning? We be working, or can we have AJ Appreciation Day? I remember going down here, but I don't remember what was down here. I remember there being nothing down here, and I just grabbed something, and I left. Just above the pelvis? See? Okay. Well, it's kind of that, and it goes into the bowels from there. Everybody just said it was up the butt. And as much as I want that to be true, I don't think it is. Rabies and the checkup. It's one your girlfriend had from before, 15 pounds. Oh, no. No wonder that cat doesn't like to be up. Cat don't get no exercise. Alright, so I found my good old fireplace. The one I was, like, stranded at forever. I don't remember hearing all that water falling on us, but it is really nice to have it come in. Perhaps it was glitched the first time we did it. It's really nice to hear, though, right? It actually looks pretty cool, too. I don't think I took the time to appreciate that the first time down here. Praise the sun. You know it, baby. You know it. Perhaps because I was more in fear of my entire life the entire time I was down here. Alright. So we can mess with Nito, or we can go deeper down in the caverns where I kind of didn't really understand what was going on, and see if we're powerful enough to do it. But Nito does have to die in order for me to do this whole Lord Vessel thing. Unless I just want to go hollow in my game forever. Wait, where am I going? She runs around with the little ones, so maybe we just gotta cut off her food after she eats it first. That's how we do with our dogs, man. Our dogs have been around for a very long time, too. I say our dogs, like they're my dogs. That's how my dad and his wife do with their dogs. Whenever I do visit them, I see them. They've always eaten very little, but they always stay hungry, and they're never really too heavy. It's good like that. Oh, thank you for following, Maestro. Always nice to have another audiophile around. What kind of headphones do you use, and what kind of recording work do you do? Musician stuff, perhaps. Since you do have the 2i4, I imagine. Or do you just like to record with a bunch of different people? Next time some of the other audiophiles, like Kios and Maestro, are around. They're both wildly different music guys, but they are still audiophile dudes. I'll introduce you to them so that you can learn about some other peoples. We get down on our music around here. You might see tonight if you aren't busy, because we'll probably be doing the whole Hearthstone and music chill thing. I hate how you can like slide, it doesn't do anything to them. I've even come down at a full like slide and done nothing to these ones. You currently study music production. Awesome. In school or just privately? Does it have anything to do with your job, or are you just hoping to get into a job like that someday? Also, this is not the way I was supposed to be going. Or is it? No, Nito. If we die at Nito, it's all good, because we got nothing to lose, and that's all we're here anyways. That's why I like dogs too, Nick. That's why I don't understand why you keep making fun of me when I don't like cats. Like, you don't not like cats too. They didn't path ahead. What? Wait, what is that? How did you die? Oh, you were probably fighting the Titanite demon. Yeah. I feel like that bloodstain's been there for a while. That, or I just keep seeing the same one. Oh, they're just talking about the coffin hidden path. Okay, never mind. Cats are sweet, though, if you say so. You met some cats I like, but even the cats that I love, I don't like as much as the dogs that I hate. I still don't really understand how this happens. I get it. You get in a coffin, they drag you off. You wake up, you're with Nito. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can't do it anymore. Because now I have the Lord Vessel and I denied Nito. Should be free in the morning tomorrow. Cool. Well, maybe tomorrow we can do our AJ appreciation stream. Sure, SRH 840. You know what? The Shures are something that someone else... oh, wait, here we go. The Shures are something someone else... recommended to me. Sorry, I couldn't find the word. These are synthesizer 588s, or 558s. I do like my nice quality, but I also, you know, work on a budget. So I work with what I got. I still don't get how they do this. Like, how do they get down here? There was like no entrance. Then they have to drag you back. I never really understood. Also, wasn't it lit up last time we were in here? I don't know, it's been a long time. I probably don't remember. See, now that you're studying music production, you might be able to help me out in the future. I'm over at school in the Toadies. I need the consult from an expert. And yes, very light on the head. That was a huge deal. You know how bad a lot of the early Beats headphones are, and they went on sale and stuff. When I first started streaming, I just used an adapter and some of the Beats headphones that I had, and they would hurt my ears after so long. Streaming from anywhere from 4 to 12 to whatever many hours, like, I barely feel these. Plus, I didn't realize until I looked at VODs how much these squish on my ears when I'm wearing them, because I only look at them when I'm not wearing them. I was like, wow, this is very comfortable. They extended your shift tomorrow without telling you. That's messed up. You could have been there at work and then left and been like, I don't know. Nito! What up? If you enter a covenant with this guy, it has no bearing on whether you have to fight him or not. Or, this isn't Nito, is it? Or is it just a dude that looks like Nito? It's not even Nito, is it? This is somebody else. But can you shoot at it? Here at the Shooter Q channel, we like to know if you can shoot at stuff and have any repercussions. There is all this movement and move around in here, so I imagine a fight would take place. The water isn't like the type of water that'll slow you down, though. I don't know. We'll shoot him and find out. That is Nito? Okay, I was right. I was like, I saw you in the cutscene, bruh. I know what you look like. Alright, Nito. Time for me to rough you up, fam. No hard feelings. No shame about it, my man. Had to be done, though. Okay, if I want to upgrade my talisman, who do I go to? Or do I have to go to that guy that's dead now? Because I've been looking this whole time. I didn't find a person. And maybe I'm just looking in the wrong direction. I'm ready to take a hint on that. Or just straight info. Can't? Oh, you can't. That's why. Well, nice to know that it's just not possible, and not that I was doing it wrong the entire time. Nito! Wait. Wrong arrows. And wrong bow. We're doing this right. Nito! Wakey wakey. Eggs and bacon. Oh wait, that's not how you do that at all. Okay, never mind. That's nothing. Maybe this isn't how you fight Nito. Maybe you do something else. Whatever. I'll figure it out later. Back to S-Stock, just in case we go deeper than I wanted to go and find some other stuff. Don't you hate it when you go deeper than you actually wanted to go? Am I right, fellas? Am I right, ladies? Maybe if I just, like, defy his authority. No? Alright, no. It's kind of weird. All these guys teamed up before. Now everything's in a state of disarray, so like they have no order between them anymore. But I guess that's part of the cool part of the story. There's no defined like good guys and bad guys. It was just a hell of a time, and everybody went all crazy. Just let me flounder forever, Two-Scoop. It's okay. Back to the depths, because we're almost done with today's timing anyways, because I'm going to have to get some real work done here soon. I still don't get how this works, though. Where do they drag you? There's no way out. Until the first tear is shed. Hey, Leon. How you doing? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit. How you been doing with your Hearthstone cards? What have you been playing lately, my man? 5 days, no cigarettes. Something smells good. Someone's cooking. Alright, Nito. I'll be back for your punk ass. I got other things to do first. More important things. Busy with school? Surprised you didn't mod guns in your Souls game yet. Oh! Trust me. It's coming. No, I'll just pick up a PS3 in 4 or 5 years and play Bloodborne on a capture card or something. Which, how do you get past the PS3's like capture capability, or is it better just to buy a PS4? Like, is the PS4 capable of playing most of the PS3 stuff? There's a good item there. I'm alright without it. It's an honor thing, Stefan. I got nothing for him. Also, when that one Gravelord dude did that thing they did to me and I had to kick his butt, I was like, never Gravelords. And I made my superficial fictional loyalty right there. Bloodborne is PS4? What? Oh, never mind. Huh, never mind. So can I play Demon Souls on a PS4? Maybe that's where I was getting confused. Clip damage is real. You! Oh man, still caught it. But how you doing, Stefan? Good to see you too. 60 pics per sec with your phone and put them in a PowerPoint presentation. Excuse me? Are you saying that's how to get past the PS3 capture? Because that's kind of hilarious in a super nerdy, loserish way. Nerd! We need a nerd alert in this chat. We need like a button I can hit. I'm just like, nerd alert. Nah, I like you guys the way you are. Stay nerdy, my friends. Stay nerdy. Oh no! Incoming death. I did it wrong. They're gonna gang up on me and I'm gonna get that constant damage. It's not gonna be cute. I mean, it'll be cute to you that are like sadist, which is pretty much any Dark Souls fan I've met so far. Want to get spammed when I talk about guns? What do you mean? Oh yeah, in particular and uncertainly in particular, Leon. I even found the bonus Bone Wheel Bros that were in the Painted World, and I was like, really? Who painted this? Why would you paint these guys? What do you mean? Do you want to get spammed when I talk about guns? I don't have any. I have some ideas what you mean, but I don't want to draw a conclusion without your input. I'd love to know what you meant by that. So there's a part of the catacombs I never really got past because I just wasn't good at it. And now that I'm a little stronger, I kind of want to go back. We'll see what's up. Don't think I'll fare as well, but we're coming up on the end of the stream anyway, so might as well start messing around. Souls Machine broke, and with your nerd alert, gotcha. Wait, your Souls Machine broke, or are we still joking about stuff and I'm completely oblivious? Because I apologize, I'm sure you're being very clever, and I just don't get it. Oh, nerd alert spam when I talk about guns. No, absolutely. We're both nerds about everything. That's why I want the nerd alert. Because no one would be safe from the nerd alert. Is why it would be so cool. So cool. Sorry, I keep thinking of that picture of Battle Network Proto Man that we have in the Mega Man slideshow where he's just like, so cool. Sorry. I'm just thinking about every character that's been like in an anime, a cartoon show where it's like the dude that's always on his own, wears sunglasses, has the cool weapon, and all the little kids who kind of have friends but not as many friends as everybody else because they're a little bit different. Kind of like I was growing up. They're like, yo, that's my hero. So cool. And I'm avoiding the word edgelord because while that fits into the category, that's not like the whole of it. It's that alternate character that you were like, oh, that guy's so cool. Sasuke does not fit into that list though, much as he wants to. We avoid it. Leon, what you been up to and how are you adapting to the cold weather? Stefan, same thing. Good gaming times or no? Hope you guys are all well. It's always wonderful to see you. And for those of you who don't speak up and are just out there in the chat, never feel like you have to. I can do my thing with or without you, as long as you're having a good time. That's all I care about. Actually, I just care about me having a good time. If you have a good time about it, like extension, that's cool too. Also, I wonder if there's any advantage to going stealth here. Also, what am I looking for? Talisman. Your body's covered in hair? Ah, what a real man you are. Testosterone pouring out of that body. I don't think stealthing is going to help me here more. So let's just go defense and make sure we actually live through this. But we are a bit stronger than before. We were getting one-shotted quite a bit. First guy is going to be like right up here. I still haven't run into these like... I keep seeing these skeletons of what is obviously a bigger enemy. And I'm a huge fan of foreshadowing. So I think the game is telling me like, yo, I'm going to run into these guys. I just haven't yet. Anyone spamming with GG new? You playing easy mode to finish souls and using as a bot controller. Not spamming me like that, Leon. But I have had guys come in where they obviously didn't want a conversation. They just wanted to talk about stuff. Someone came in, they're like, hey, I did a no-hit run on here. And I was like, cool, good for you. And then they just never talked again. I haven't seen them ever again. And I'm like, alright, good recognition where recognition is due. Good games. Cool. I have had people like talk about rings. Thought I was outside the range. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I can jump shot one shot now. Huh. I am stronger than before. Awesome. You always use hovel rings, nowadays I'm not to. Honestly, with my amateur playstyle where I've been experimenting with all the armors and stuff, it just made the most sense. As far as increasing weight capacity to the point where I could wear a little bit more armor while still moving around medium and not fat rolling. And then, you know, you have people like Control. Control is mature about it, though. He's just like, what? Shield? Speed? Ugh. Like, he's just joking around, though. I got to watch him play Dark Souls 3. I think it was 3. Maybe it was 2. I think it was 2, actually. He messes up games as much as anyone else. He knows. It's all good. It's all gravy. Got the second input. I forgot, on this controller, I actually have positive inputs now. So I don't have to keep tapping stuff wondering if it went in or not. Potentially wasting my life and stamina. It's a whole new world out there, boys. You played this part on easy mode with the sorcery that puts light above your head? Really? Okay. Like your first time through? It's funny watching people use shields in Bloodborne. Are they just not part of the meta in there? I've watched some people play Bloodborne. As soon as I saw the guns come out, I was like, oh, cool. It's like a parry thing. And it's like a combined thing. There's also this little GIF thing I saw. It's like, it shows every Soulsborne game that's like ever been out. And it shows like the meta for everything. So it's like, I don't know what it was for Demon Souls. I think for Demon Souls, it was just like big swords slashing at each other and little swords slashing at those guys. For Dark Souls, it was just a guy like doing a flip. It's like a collection of gifts. For Bloodborne, it was just a guy with guns, just like guns blazing. For Dark Souls 2, it was just like a huge club. And for Dark Souls 3, I can't remember what it was. Probably funnier to someone that actually knows the games better than I do, but I could get the gist of the joke, and it was like, oh, okay, that's funny. Alright, then turn around, handle the other one. Getting hurt, getting hurt. Kill! Good. It's in-game trolling of people... Wait, of people wanting you play Bloodborne the same way they play Dark Souls. Okay, so it's just not really the thing to use in there, and they're still using it. That makes sense. I mean, I still have trouble adapting to using the triggers as attack buttons when I play so many games that use the face buttons. Also, there's like an archer around here who like one-shot at me before. But I came back with a better bow and spears and other stuff that I didn't have before. I do know there's like a hole here where I keep falling. Yep, there it is. Leave him alone for now while we navigate this place. I've never been this low before, so this is all new for me. Uh-huh. Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh. Hey! You're human. Are you a friend? Were you down here the whole time? Bloodborne speedy game /dash fill people with silver bullets along with... Sorry. Fill people with silver bullets, showing them how pretty your hand looks inside them. Lovely. I can't wait to try it out. PC edition? Coming soon? Spam or get spammed? I do like me some fried spam though, Kissfin. Try out my Twitter, I put out some good pictures. Decent pictures. Oh, bonfire head. Oh, so you do get to camp out down here. Hey, which means we might have a good place to end today. Are you a friend or are you gonna slash at me here in a second?
Good day. You look reasonably safe.
How did you get down
What are you
here?
doing in the catacombs?
What are you doing in the
Cleric or
catacombs?
something?
I'm not a cleric, but everyone told me that you always answer yes in Dark Souls, so...
Yes, I guessed as much. Well, here's the tip. There's a stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but well, you're the cleric, right?
I bet there's something else down that hole.
Thank you for all your support.
Thank you, the humanity, for following. You're the one I need around when I play this game all the time. Well, you sound just about as evil as old Lord Rick or whatever that dude's name was. What is with y'all on these laughs? Don't try. Oh no, I didn't want to trigger cutscene. Don't push me down. He's gonna push me. He's gonna push me. He's gonna push me. He gonna push me. He gonna push me. Yep. Great. I just wanted to look. Damn game. Knowing what I would do. That's really good game design though.
You damn clerics. You're worse than maggots.
Damn it.
You must be loaded.
I didn't even find a fire.
Strip your corpse clean.
Eh, whatever. We're coming up on the end of the stream, so live or die. We're good to go. Evil. He just sounds Australian to me. Same stuff, man. Same thing. Great. There's probably something horrible down here. I can see somebody over there. You guys see that, right? Like I saw the shadow of a person. I can see the head. Alright. Make some adjustments before we get too far into this. Wait a minute. What happened to all the light? Oh, the light reflects off the lantern. So I can't just take the shot like that unless I face directly at him and I try to line it up. Is he walking? He's not walking. Okay. There's two. See two. Okay, so one direct that way. Right above my head. A little bit ground level. Let's say about 20 meters, 17 degrees. Call it, AJ. Call it dope. Also, what the hell was that? Oh, another player. Okay, never mind. Sometimes other players scare me more than anything. There's definitely two of you guys, so maybe I can try to draw aggro one until I figure out what's going on down here. Oh, the lights kind of charge. Okay, so if we go... about right there. That's you. To do it. Ah. I did turn him around, though. There we go. Come get some, nerd. What are you doing? Oh, there you are. Oh, there's multiples of you. Are you guys specters or are you real people? I can't really tell. Oh. Oh, you guys are real. Oh, you're other clerics. Why am I fighting you? Crap! I shot an arrow at good people. Or maybe not. I don't really know. I don't really care. It's too late now. Too late now. Well, from killing good people, it's part of my own fault. Because Control is the only one that's like, yo, Q, don't shoot arrows at those guys. Because I almost murked. We keep calling him Stanley. I know that's not his real name. The Sealer priest, dude. I definitely almost murked him that one time. Oh, wait. Those are the guys that were at there with the priest. These are the guys that went down on that mission. That means Homegirl's down here somewhere. Maybe. Also, I'm kind of wishing I went to Humanity because I'm thinking that Onion Bro might want to be summoned down here. Oh, look, another Skull Lantern. So if I didn't get a Skull Lantern accidentally, I would have got it down here. Which is crazy, I think you had to come this deep without one. You hear that breathing noise or that, like, laughing almost? Shoot first, ask questions later. I don't know a name. They're all homeboys and homegirls to me. Oh, there she is! You went on your death trip or whatever. I found you. Will you marry me now since you thought I was insulting before? Like you called me stupid and stuff. I'm like the prettiest woman in Dark Souls. Even prettier than you. Except when I'm not human, but we're not gonna talk about that now.
You banished those two hollows, did you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you.
Grateful in hell.
Thank you so very much. Here, these belonged to them. You deserve them more than I.
Replenishment blessing, eh? Does that... I guess I can look at it later. I'm imagining that that would, give you, like, some of your other magic capacities back.
I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you.
That's why I was confused,
Thank
Leon.
you so very much.
I was confused about that because I kind of realized that earlier, but I didn't understand. I was like, wait a minute, I found stuff, so where are they at? I figured they just left because I fulfilled their purpose. And I honestly thought I missed them, like, because I didn't go back there enough for conversations, but now we know.
I am certain that both Vince and
What was the
Nico are
actual
grateful
term
to
for
you.
it? Not death
Thank
trip?
you so
A
very
definition
much.
or whatever?
I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you.
Sorry, I'm like,
Thank you so
I'm just
very
making
much.
sure that there's no other rotating dialogue. Alright, girl, you can get yourself out of here, right? You know the way back? Cool. I'm going to explore later. It's not suicide mission. They had like a specific term they said for it. Also, these things are getting bigger and more intact, so I'm pretty sure I'm coming up on one of these sometime soon. Like alive type one. The Flame of Kindling, I think? Nah, it has something death in the name. It was called like a death mission or a deadly mission or something. But I don't think it was suicide mission. Death tribute, death trip. I don't even know. Alright, those guys came from over here, so what were they near? Death March. Wasn't Death March. Size matters? Absolutely. I'm seeing something glinty. I can't tell if that's cave wall or eyes, but the clipping tells me it's just cave wall. So we'll look at what we look at. We'll find a place to rest, or we'll just die out for the end of the stream. We're over time right now, but that's alright. Oh! Nico! Nico! I said Nico. Why'd I say Nico? Oh, Nico was a guy that made my art for the channel, the logos. And then he called me a dickhead and refunded my money. Also, that's not Nito, because there's multiples. That's just some new enemy type that I'm not familiar with. We're not gonna mess with you until I explore the rest of here. Then I'll start baiting you with arrows. Like Wiz said, shoot first, ask questions later. I bet those guys are nice and they're merchants and stuff. And they're like, yo, we have all these items that would help you win the game. And I'm like, I don't know that. Because I shot first and asked questions later, nerd. Also, the dude that pushed me down, don't think I didn't forget about him. Oh, hey, White Titanite. Oh, you guys are down here already. How did I not run into you before? Or did you chase me? Oh, you appeared because I grabbed the item. Ha. Alright. How squishy are you exactly? I count 2, but I think I hear a 3rd. We got Black Knight Sword, we got Shield, 15 Estus. And if I really want to, we can go Lightning Spirit. Pilgrimage. Was it a death pilgrimage? There was no death involved? I'm sure the other cleric said death something. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Like I thought Rook and Siege had 1 impact grenade. He had 2 the whole time. I just never knew. I don't know why. I think my mind is going... I think I'm subject to certain mental injuries during my time that... Oh, hi. That I just don't want to admit. And the less that I admit them, the more I really subject myself to some nonsense. 3. Definitely 3 count. Alright, let's see what this does. Nothing if you can't hit with it. Aardvark. Get your aim right, girl. Oh, you're moving. Hello. Are you rearing back for an attack, or is that just your animation? This is seriously not making contact. Maybe Rhea is undead? Possibly. I thought we were all undead down here. And we all float down here, too. Alright. Get him with the whoop-a-ba! Okay. That's how squishy they are. What can we do without two-handed? In case I don't want to find out how much they hurt when they smack you. I love how they split into a million pieces. I mean, I'm sure that's not doing good things for the game's engine and my computer. But, I do love that... Oh, maybe I just heard Undead Pilgrimage. I swore there was something ominous in the Pilgrimage name, but I could be completely wrong. I don't even want to learn your attack pattern, dude. Wait, how squishy are you guys? Oh, okay, about that squishy. Oh, hello! That's not that bad. It looks scarier than it is. That's honestly everything has been in this game, which is good. You know, creating true challenge. Let's take some oh, wow, there's a lot of you guys. A lot of people died down here. Creating things that scare people and challenges people all take different modes of design and mindset and thinking. One thing I've noticed about this game is when I do flounder and when I kind of like mess up and stuff, aside from just general exploration and not really knowing what's going on at the time until I do it, is that most of the time it's because I saw some and I'm kind of in awe of it, or I'm just kind of taking in its design. I'm not even thinking about it from a gameplay perspective at that moment. And that's good, because that means the game is effective. I'm not just seeing an enemy and thinking about it in terms of model and damage and everything. I'm living in the illusion, and that's cool. That's what makes the game kind of fun for me, at least for me. Same thing with movies, suspending my disbelief. Yeah, Pacific Rim had the worst battle plan for the defense of Earth ever. Still was cool. Also, I'm wondering if those guys came from here, or if those guys only appeared because I grabbed the whatever. I'm thinking it's the other way around. Also, I'm thinking the fact that these guys are in plain sight means I need to be looking out for traps, but I'm not really sure. Or this is your introduction to these guys if you didn't grab the treasure. And if you did grab the treasure, you would have had to deal with them and possibly the 2 priests at the same time. So is there a way you can come down here before you really mess with those priests and then you like don't even run into them unless you come back here a second time? Kind of like the other guys that go hollow on you. Or by the time you come down here, are they always here? Just curious since we're all done with it. You died? Did I die? Who died, man? Also, I don't need to be two-handed for you. I don't know why I'm doing this. I think it was just because I had the torch out, and I thought, oh, 2 hands. What countries do you guys live in, and do you guys call it a flashlight or a torch? Because I've learned that everywhere else in the world, torch is like the universal thing for light source, because that's how it's evolved. Whereas in the US, torch is that it better be on fire. But we've kind of learned like, oh, all these powerful flashlights we got, most people call them torches. But if you talk to most of my people, they say torch. They want to see a torch like that. So it's kind of interesting. Church is called the Way of the White. Maybe that's why it sounded ominous to you. Nah, I know about the church. I think it was something about what the cleric said when they wouldn't let me talk to her, or no one wanted me to talk to her. And he said something like, she's on a something pilgrimage. I don't envy her. And I was like, what? He's like, don't concern yourself with certain terms. I was like, okay. But he meant something bad. Also, I'm still looking for my revenge on that dude that pushed me. I kind of wanted to explore that area, but no. At least I didn't take damage when he pushed me since it was a cutscene. Like solace in that. Oh, look at this. Here. Here. We bad. Alright, we back on top. Or like... oh, I know exactly where I am. Oh, you could have broke in here the whole time. Huh. You! Oh, hey, fire! How did I miss that the first time? Or is this a different area? I don't even know. Also, that's not the guy. That was someone else. I can take this fall, right? W-Y? Wyoming? Cool. I do like walking around here and the aesthetic of how much you see all these graves. Like these very, very large graves of the giants that are just gone now. But the fact that they just showed how big they freaking are. Right? Throw more Illuminati symbols in there to make it even more true. Did I have a chance to see this bonfire on my way here? Or did I just miss it? Or is this not even the same path and I'm on the other side? It's hard to tell since everything is dark and I have no reference points for north and south and stuff like that. But that's okay. We'll learn as we go. I like this one. Liar ahead. I believe it. It's because she's a member of an important family, but getting infected with the undead curse is a stigma in their dogma. So she was so high ranking they couldn't just kill her, so they sent her on the suicide mission. She dies, cool. Jake gets to the right, still okie dokie for the church. Okay. Hey dude, you look really cool. Your armor's really nice. I honestly miss wearing my Eastern armor, but it just wasn't keeping up with the leveling, and I need a little bit more D in my life. That's why there's an element of ominous. Sorry. Being a kid right now. In her background. Thank you, Leon. You! I could have gone to the fire, but I messed with you first. Your fault. Be wary of liar. Indeed. Alright, bruh. Time to throw down. You know what you did. Oh, wait. We can still talk? Really? Yo, I got the treasure. You want to share it?
Blimey. How did you... You weren't supposed to survive that. Well, no matter. I'll settle this once and for all.
This guy sounds like Tom Hardy to me.
Righteous cleric.
The way he said, we'll settle this once for all. It reminds me of Tom Hardy's lines in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. The new one, of course, because the old one, Tom Hardy, wasn't born yet. Oh, big shield. That's what's up. Mafia. Oh, I wanted to kick. You kicked me first. Kick. Slash. Yeah, that's what you get for being mean to people. Mama should have told you not to be a bully, except to other bullies. I will take whatever humanity you had is probably tainted with your BS. Oh, that was a nice accent. Why didn't you use that to fight me? You probably would have been effective in knocking my shield away. Not that I know anything about this game, but I figure it's got a lot of poise strike away from it. Also, what are you? It's those bone things! I knew they existed. Back to the bonfire. Okay, so this is going to be one of those points where I say I'm done playing for the day, because we're like 30 minutes over time. But there's so much more to do. There's actually the second place you can run into him. He's also in the catacombs. If you tell him you aren't a cleric, he eventually becomes a shop owner. Ah! Too bad I told him I was a cleric. I thought it was going to open up conversation. Just got me kicked down a dang hole. Which was fun in itself, so I'm glad we did what we did. Leon, you have any plans for the weekend on Halloween or anything like that? Let's go see how tough these bone bros are. But think about this from a game design standpoint. This dude just told you, hey, there's stuffed treasure down there. You might be suspicious of him like I was. I didn't think he was telling the truth, even without all the player symbols that said liar ahead. But I saw the little sparkling thing. I thought, you know what? I can look down there, check it out, without going down there and falling into his trap. And then, of course, the cutscene plays and you get kicked down there anyways. And it's like, yeah, whatever. Ah, you're the one making the noise all the time. You're the only living one left of your breed. Let's see how tough you are. Also, what are those guys? Because they wouldn't have been human, but they're like skeletons of something else, right? I don't know. How tough are you? And do you have any friends behind you? I think I see one off to the right. Too late! Okay, that's not that low. More light. Lazy all around. You think so? I thought it was a good moment of presentation. And trickery. Treachery. At least it worked out for me. Try jumping. No, thank you. And, oh man, what a place to die. Oh hey, you can see another bonfire down there. Holy crap, how deep does this place go? Notice to my left? See that little, left of my character, you see that little opening right there? Looks like an archer standing there, right? They're just extra thick humans that crawl on all fours because they've been living down here forever. Looks like you were trying to throw something at that dude, and then you got ate up. Also, fog wall. Shall we take a look at what's behind the fog wall before we end today? I think we should. Even if it means death. As in Dark Souls, death is just what happens sometimes. This is, after all, Prepare to Die edition. Not Prepare to Live awesomely. With big booty mistresses and milk tea for the rest of your life. Is that the same archer that was pegging me out from before? Probably not. We're a little bit lower than we were. Unless this does have that awesome circular kind of design that every other place in the game has had, which is kind of cool. Also, he's a big boy. Ouch. He's a big boy with some big arrows. I should have brought out the dragon bow. Also, is that tracking? Is this tracking me? Or am I just moving in the wrong place? That is a lot of souls, Leon. You are correct, and I could increase my intelligence for no reason. Or just keep increasing my strength and playing my meta. Eh. I kind of forgot that I had any souls at all. I'm so used to being poor and empty. I like my new spear here. I'm so used to having nothing, Leon. Solaire should be down here though, right? I'm guessing he's a summon for that fog wall. Arrows have really weak homing in this game. Makes sense, Max. Because I was like, I moved, but it kind of tracked, and I was like, oh, I guess I am getting tracked. Which kind of explains early parts in the game when I didn't really know the game at first, and I was getting like shot out. Also, Max Ammo Shah, are you an ammo guy? So I believe we may have some kindred spirit between us. Hey, the humanity. Thank you again for following earlier. Hope you're doing well today. What's your favorite Dark Souls game? Took a 7-foot arrow right through my kidney. Hey, you got 2 kidneys. You can still drink off of one, right? But Max Ammo Shine, welcome. I'm Q. Nice to meet you. Tall. Fall 10 feet. You dead. Alright, now we gotta kill this guy again. Archer dude, I kinda wanna leave him alone until we get up closer on him. If he starts taking shots in the dark, we'll figure it out as we go. This is your all-time favorite game? Cool. What other games are you into? I've heard that so many times. It's so enlightening. I'm like sad I missed out on this for so many years, but you know, I had other stuff to do. No. I didn't get the input right. Shit. So for those that don't know, I'm playing with a new controller. It's a nice controller. Way nicer than my other one. You can hit exclamation point new if you want to see it. But relearning the inputs on it has been a little bit Also, we're getting ready to end, so I don't mind all the... Oh, wait, I forgot the whole reason I went over here. I do that all the time. I go towards a fireplace. or bonfire, and then I just hate. I forget what I'm doing. Oh, but you hate DS2 and like DS3. That's common opinion I hear. I've heard them all from so many people. I'm always glad to hear more. Alright, the whole reason we came over here was to drop off some souls. Or reinforced weapons? Armor? No, we don't have the Titanite to do it. Unless I want to do my mask. I do like showing off my face when I'm pretty. But it's honestly not. Fashion. It's fashion souls. Fashion souls. Let's just take the level up. Stamina, vitality, endurance, strength, 4 increase, a little bit more defense all around. I kind of don't like being as unintelligent as I've been the entire time. But all it's making me miss out on is stuff in the game I just want to play with. I don't really think it's going to help me play more. It just let me play around more, which I like playing around. But there is something to be said for practicality as well. Have you already been to Norlondo? Yes. To let you know where we're at, and, you know, to invite, please, no spoils past this. We just got the Lord Vessel. We haven't killed anybody yet. I know where the 4 kings are at, and that's about it. I just want to be smarter, but it doesn't seem like a smart choice at this point. So, stick to our strength, or I could go for more health, which was never a horrible thing. The drop-off isn't quite there yet, and we get a little bit more defense with it. And we'll play around with it next time. Strength for now. Who needs health when you kill everything that moves anyways? DS2 hit, less souls, more generic RPG, much souls like their edgy shit. Right. And we did talk about that whole development team switch going on when we talked about Bloodborne, DS2, and then DS3 being the like love letter to the fans kind of deal. Or maybe not even a love letter, just maybe a hastily scribbled no, so if you like me or not, high school note. But something along those lines. I'm glad we had that discussion, because I just guessed it, and people like kind of confirmed it for me. I was like, oh, cool. I really only played Skyrim for thousands of hours, a few hundred in Red Dead, a little more in GTA games, 1,000 hours in DS1, little other games too, but nothing you get hooked on though. Okay. I'm more of an exploratory type. I play a lot of different things. There's very few games that I put thousands of hours into. Even my speedrun game, I don't put that much time into. It's not a very long game. I'd say the longest game in my life that I have time to, combined from across consoles and PC stuff, will be a combination of GTA San Andreas or Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan. Alright, no hit this time. Everyone say it with me. No hit. No hit. No hit. He swipes so fast, though. It's kind of crazy. Oh. Are they dogs? That's the noise. It's like a lapping, like a dog. Only, they're not, like the bone structure is not a dog's. I mean, it has kind of the Canis thing, but look at its thumbs. It has even a tail, like a dog. But the thumbs is the shoulder blades like a dog. But the thumbs are not a dog's. And it's growling like a dog and sits down like a dog. I just want to see what this horrible creature looks like with some flesh. Who knows? You got a few hundred hours on Dark Souls, still terrible at it? That's alright, Max. Can I call you Max, by the way? Or do you prefer Emma? Or are you too shy to give up a name? That's cool too. Also, Haji, how are you doing? How's school? You turned into a ghost. 'Tis the season. Oh, you mean the white light? I like that sunniness. I'm going outside later, enjoy some oxygen. You should too. It's breathing with no lungs, right? Just like that other dude talks with no voice box. It has like the longer teeth. I just imagine this is some crazy thing, and I'm looking into I'm looking into its morphology more than I should. But I like thinking about stuff like that. That's alright. I have 70 hours in this game, and I'm still terrible as well. We can be terrible together, Max. We'll do it together, like Pacific Rim. Stay in the drift, Max. The drift is silence. It's a dog with the head of a human and the body of a human. AJ, I love you. Still gonna murder you there for that. And for everything else you've ever said to me. Looks like we can access this too if we go on the fog wall. Be wary of night, I am sure. I just hate that it's so dark down here. I already know there's another dog on the other side too. You know we can swipe up with two swipes, and we gotta Estus up, which means I'm gonna like run out of Estus real quick. Someone running up on me. I can't even see him. The arrow's hitting walls. That dude's stepping around. I can like see their outlines. That's it. The outside is pure death in Sweden. Oh, you're in Sweden. We have a lot of Sweden people. Glad to meet you too. I think you're the 4th Swedish person I've met in this game. Oh, Black Knight. I missed you. I killed so many. I'm about to become you. I'm gonna replace you soon. You're a spear Black Knight too. That makes you extra special. Oh, are you the one I was shooting arrows at? No, I can still see that guy over there. Black Knight gone, no drop. We went medium. We went extra medium and ranked. SJ was making fun of people that are literally my level, but it was alright. I had fun. I don't know, another 6 months. Is it really that cold? Damn. Alright, more dogs. Human dogs. Oh, is that a halberd? I couldn't see, it was so dark. Oh, I'm holding up my lantern like a shield. That's amazing. It's like I want to get to that dude, but I don't, because I know I got other problems. Can we duke it out? Wow, that tracking is real. Max wasn't joking. Max was like, yo, it's weak tracking. And I'm like, yeah, it's a little more tracking than weak. Alright, we got good cover here. At least so far. Watch me catch an arrow on the pause menu. Only got 10 of these left? Dang. Let's do it the other way. The hustler way, as we call it on the Shooter Q channel. Compared to sorceries this week or so. Oh, okay, true that, true that. Yeah, some of those sorcery trackings that I ran into like mid-game after I like kind of dealt with sorcery, I was like, ah, no big deal. Especially like 4 Kings ones, and I was just getting like pelted. Like somebody called my mom, someone to pick me up from school. Turn in your bibliography. Now I gotta make a draft for Tuesday. Gotcha. Ah, what? I guess I shouldn't expect it to clip when he can't. Also, did I miss? Man. Aardvark, if you don't get right, girl, I will put you back into the Shadow Realm where you belong. I can't tell where this dude is in the dark. I think he's a little bit lower. No, he's higher. I'm just not seeing him the way I should. Darkness and depth perception and all that. I think I'm shooting out where his bow is and not him. Or there's 2 different archers. Or that guy's extra tall and I'm just hitting his leg right now. I was like shooting in between his body earlier. Yeah, I think that's the thing, is he's just a big boy. You can't poison a skeleton, can you? Shooting between his legs, that's what I figured. Imagine that skeletons are immune to poison. Yeah, definitely between the legs. We're a little far, so whatever damage drop off we're getting, whatever. I'd still rather do this, take a few hits, then explore the dogs and whatever else is over here, rather than go in there and get messed up by this dude. And now that he's got arrows on him, it's a little bit easier to see him. Although they are fading pretty fast. I think I'm going over him now, or going outside of his ribcage. Let me catch that one. No big deal. Alright, now I'm wasting arrows. Shoot your shot, bro. And that went right. You're catching the splash, and I'm not catching it. And that's all good. Thank you for being the best spotter I have today, Max Ammo. Man, check the abs on Homegirl. You can just tank it. You can't even do a sit-up. I don't know who you is in this situation. Not probably one of you. I'm sure all of you can do sit-ups. Alright, now I'm like completely lost. I need an adjustment over here. There we go. Good adjustment. Caught that one. Whatever, tank it. Getting hurt anyways. I wish these guys were like the poison guys in Blighttown, where you kill them once and never come back, but I'm sure this guy will be back. I do wonder if this was the same guy pelting me from the bottom over there. Because there was that little skip I could do where I kept falling. Remember when I kept dying like 4 or 5 streams ago? But I was like, you know, if I could just get down over there without falling, I'll be fine. Also, I probably should have re-equipped magic, or healing magic, because I haven't been using everything else a lot. Go ahead and get him down the slow way. This is just exploratory anyways. That felt kind of dirty. Not gonna lie. Here we go. Oh, depth perception in the dark. Oh, are you running up on me? I just saw something in front of me. I guess that was another player. And I thought it was some dude, like, approaching. And I was like, this isn't good. Ah! There we go. Not go. Not go. Wasting all the Estus, but hey, we can always pump Maddie into that place when we come back next time. Then we can find Onion Bro to help us out here, too. I don't mind that. Welcome to the Outdoors channel. Where we don't know what we're doing, but we like to show it on TV. Oh, is he gone? He gone. Okay, time to deal with our favorite dogs. I like hear multiple ones too. Pretty sure. You. Maybe that's just one voice echoing. One can only hope. Alright, there's another one. I love if the bones like rolled into another one and like aggroed him. Like, what was that? Oh, hello. You're already on the move. Oh no, that was bones rolling over the side. Thought there was someone on like a lower level. Oh, there you are. I see you now. I just don't want to fall here. How did you get killed? Oh wow, you got stun locked. And then you ran in desperation, you got slashed in the back. So you forgot how fast these guys are. It's alright. I've done worse. You seem to be aggroed early. Or are you just turning? You're just shifting. Ah, caught the mutual. And that is why we buff, boys and girls. Oh wow, look at that one. This one would have been way bigger than the ones I saw so far. Which I hope is not foreshadowing, because I don't want to fight bigger ones. Oh look, the cave goes deeper and deeper. We did... Wow, look at this hand trying to grab me. Sexual harassment, indeed. Remember that fire, or the bonfire I saw down south? How about we push to that? I'm sure we can make it. If we work very hard and very carefully. Or we can just go back to the bonfire that's safe and call it a day. Come back to this tomorrow morning. Do some Hearthstone and stuff tonight after I get some work done. I am hungry. I gotta tell you. I need food. I kind of wonder if I could run slash these guys. I just don't know how much damage I'll really do. Okay, the skulls are getting bigger, which is making me thinking I should just back it up. Because it makes me think these guys are going to get bigger too. I can see your eyes, man. You're not hiding from anybody. At least I gave you a safe way down into this pit of horrible death. So, my theory is that a long time ago, these giant dudes were down here partying. They brought their dogs with them. Literally their dogs. And what happened is that they all died. Now the skeletons are still here. I want to aggro one of you and not the other. Don't know if that's possible. We're gonna try it. There you are. Pain! Help! Max, help! Alright, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Kind of forgot he had that move. Something about the Dark Souls, like, the environment. I always expect a sword to get stuck in a ceiling or something like that. I know that's completely never gonna happen. but it's just the way I feel inside. Tough enemy ahead. I'm guessing you didn't mean these guys. Still hear some panting. Also, this is only one of 2 paths I could have taken, and this one keeps going deeper, which makes me think we might be coming up on the other bonfire, but probably got a ways to go. That thing was way down there, and it was the other direction. Now we're going back in the other direction, but as for the way down there part... Oh, wait, no, it's right here. I'm still, like, paranoid about fake bonfires. I am glad, Wes. I'm glad I waited to come back here because I wouldn't have been able to handle it. Remember when I was poking around down here last time with S-Stock? Like, I would have been like, oh, it's easy. And then I try to hit him with S-Stock, and I'm like... Oh, absolutely, Max. I think I would have erred towards the dexterity classes had I have not done this, and you'd see me with, like, either a spear or a halberd, or that Silver Knight sword, which I got, you know, only recently. But definitely the Black Knight sword, like, it changed everything I was doing. Amazing trap. Yeah, I'm guessing it's that item over there. I'm gonna not. Hello. What are you? Huh. I don't know if that's a rolling bone or if that's an enemy. I'm guessing that's a bone that broke off and it's just rolling. Huh. Hi. See your buddy over there. Try to get you without aggroing him. We'll be ready for him just in case. Ah! Mutual. Gosh darn it. I really should have stopped and got magic at that other one. But if I do it now, they're all going to come back. That one looks big. That's the big one. That's the big one. I see it. Or maybe it's just the angle. The Cantron has a balsa weapon. Boy, is it terrible. I mean, it hits like a truck, but it's so slow. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking about going back to straight swords fast and, you know, get the deeps on them. I want to get that, but I know it's bad news. Alright, you know what? It's already late. We'll call it good here. Let's go back to our fire. We'll go mess around in here, and upon first death, we'll say goodbye. Or if we get to a point where I'm just like, I don't want to do this right now, we'll say goodbye. Now, which one of you came back to life because of that? All of you? All of you. Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, no. Happy birthday to me. Happy death day. Oh, look at that. 762. What a perfect number. Let's try that again, shall we? What ball soul weapon is it? Or would it be a spoiler for me? Because I have a bunch of ball souls I just haven't crafted any weapons because reasons. That's how we do it. I still wonder if I can run slash them. I guess if I'm going to experiment, now's the time. You don't know if it's spoilers or not? Alright, it's all good. We'll leave it alone. Or you can whisper it to AJ. AJ should be able to tell you who all I've killed. And if it's one of the ones I killed, it's all good. You left for dinner. I had time to eat and you're still talking about needing to go off soon. Hey, don't you question my lifestyle. Also, this tells me that this is definitely something living back here. Probably the stuff that would ambush you if you went for that item. Since it's still, if it was remains, it wouldn't still be rolling like that. How do I get to you? Nope. Well, you're well defended. Gotta leave you alone. Let's experiment with the run slash. Try hitting it through the wall. Tried it. Unless it's the other wall. Nope. It just bounces off the wall. It's got really good. I already tried the jump attack, Max. I want to experiment and see if I can do a running on these. I don't know where my damage is scaling with these guys. Nope. Nope. And there's multiple. There's more than two. There was more than two. Oh, oh no. Death. Death. Absolute death. Panic run. Honestly, I thought I was going back to the wall. I thought I would hit the left and then go. I was obviously going to the right. But that's alright. Oh, is it buffering on your end? You can always turn the quality down. It might help. I'm not seeming to lose anything on my end, and I normally try to keep to a very low yet significant rate that everyone can see. So that is an hour over today's time, and that's all the time we have for the day. I'll be back in the evening, but I don't know if I'll be on Dark Souls or if I'll be on like Hearthstone or something else. Not really sure how I'm feeling. Might even bust out a Siege stream. I'm kidding. I'm never streaming Siege again. I like playing Siege. But it's whatever. Oh, mobile data. Mobile data. I know that pain. Get you some straight talk, bruh. 10 gigs a month. High speed. $45 a month. Do it. Do it. I don't know if it's good in your area. That's just me saying crap. But anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. It's been good. I'm going to find someone who's actually playing some other stuff right now. Let's see if we have any other Dark Souls players on. If not, I'll just send you over to one of my friends and one of my peoples. Go say hi to them. I have good peoples around. 45 with unlimited for Metro for you, but that's not good data. Get you some straight thought, bruh. Switch over. Trust me. I wouldn't lead you astray. Honestly, research if it's good in your area. Maybe it's better. I don't even know. Anyways, thank you guys for being around. Joel, Elias, Kissfin. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for following, man. Maybe say it is 80. Let's see who we got online. Nobody playing Dark Souls that I know. Got some people playing some games, though. Yeah, people playing games, tricks. Let's see who's on. Also, I'm just bumping to this beat. You have a good day too, Joel. I need a beer, Joel. I need a beer. Let's go say hi to Nade. He's playing Warframe right now. Everyone go say hi to Nade. Tell him he's a handsome gentleman. I'll see you guys either tonight or tomorrow morning. Peace. I'm installing Dark Souls. Never playing this game again.